Right, we are live. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Kiwi Lads channel. We are here for the final international live stream of the weekend, and it is going to be Ireland taking on Argentina. As you can hear, my voice is not sounding too flash after the four back-to-back international fixtures that we had yesterday. We've got the results coming across the bottom of the screen. As you can see, a lot of close games, but at this stage, 3 wins for the Northern Hemisphere over the Southern Hemisphere sides. The All Blacks, they did end up losing their game up against France. Wales were able to beat Australia in a 1-point thriller, and then also England were able to get the win over South Africa in what was also only a game decided by 1 point. But now looking through this game, this one I have a feeling could be decided by a few more than just the one. Looking at this side here for Ireland, they have gone with a very strong side here. They are missing Johnny Sexton at 10, though, due to injury. He is out, and Joey Carberry comes in as his replacement. They have still got Conor Murray, though, at 9, who will be a very good distributor of the ball for them throughout this one. That front row from Leinster, Andrew Porter, Ronan Keller, and then also Tyke Furlong. He almost picked up a try on his birthday, big Tyke Furlong, but he did miss out, so hopefully he does get himself one in this game. Ian Anderson and James Ryan will be the two who are going to be playing at lock. So once again, they have decided to go with Tyke Byrne off the bench, then Caelan Doris, Josh Van Den Fleur, and then it will be Jack Conan who will be starting at number 8. So unchanged 4-pack, I should say, from last week's game. Then Jamison Gibson Park, he is going to be starting. Hang on, that's wrong. It is Conor Murray. I have got Jamison Gibson Park there in my starting lineup, which is not the right name, but it is Conor Murray who will be starting. Joey Carberry, like I mentioned, Robbie Henshaw, then Gary Ringrose will be the centre combo. Jonah Lowe at 11, and then it will be Rob Balakoon who will be starting at number 14. He has got plenty of pace and plenty of skill, so he'll be open to use it throughout this one. Hugo Keenan will be starting at number 15. We have got there, hey, howdy, hey, y'all, how to do? As well, says Katie Dixon. I'm doing very well, other than my voice. It sounds terrible today, unfortunately. Seems to have completely left me from those live streams yesterday. Will be a contest in the first half. Then Ireland will pull away, win by 25-30. As well, says Saturday player there, and Argentina is in poor form at the moment. Ireland has to have a very bad game today for Argentina to win, says Jeff. And also hoping the Argies can give us Southern Hemisphere teams at least one win this weekend. And also, hey, I don't think Black Caps are going to win in India as well, says Kiwi Gamer. Yeah, at the moment, India sitting 69 for none after the 6 overs. They're starting extremely well. Let's go Ireland. And this one says Assassin. And also we have got their upset win for the Pumas, says Rubes Black. And didn't Jonah Lowe play in New Zealand? Oh, sorry, did I say Jonah Lowe? I meant James Lowe out on that wing. And he has been in some very good form, James Lowe, recently. He was able to get a try up against the All Blacks. Also scored a couple tries the week before up against Japan. And Ireland, they are probably the side. We have been talking about this a little while. Ireland at this stage are probably the side who have the most successful international kind of end-of-year tour so far. They had a massive win over Japan, huge. In fact, 60 points to 5, and then they were able to get the win over the All Blacks, 29 points to 20, which was also an incredible performance from them, making the All Blacks make over 200 tackles in that game, and also just kept the ball, kept on attacking, and that back line, it was crisp, it was precise, and it was leading to a lot of points for them. Looking through at Argentina's results, they had a close loss to France, only losing by the 9 points. So actually the same scoreline as the game between Ireland and the All Blacks. And then they were able to get the win over Italy, 37 points to 16. That game was relatively close, but then Argentina were able to push over the edge in the later stages of that one for the win. And we have also got there. Thank you for doing the stream, Avish, even though you gave us the rugby gauntlet yesterday as well, says Katie Dixon. That's the thing. This game, I'm just as excited for this game as some of those games yesterday, because we're going to get to see, once again, North versus South for the final time this year, other than the match next week. If we do end up having that Barbarians versus, it will be Manu Samoa, but I'm not too sure whether or not that game is still taking place. Mine says that it is. I've heard that it's been cancelled. Don't know what to believe at this stage, but if it is happening, we are going to be live for it. As hopefully some great attacking rugby today, says Assassin. And yeah, at this stage, I believe Ireland should be able to start where they left off in that game up against the All Blacks last week, because they played very well. And if they can do, I would say, even if they can do 70% of that, they should give Argentina a big run for their money. These are the other international fixtures that we have had so far. You can see them going across the bottom of the screen, but we will show them here for you guys to have a quick look at. Argentina have not played yet. Ireland haven't played yet. Every other team in kind of that top 10, top 15 have been playing. Italy only just getting that win over Uruguay in the end, 17 points to 10. Scotland, close game up against Japan. Japan fought hard in that one, but Scotland able to edge it, 29 points to 20. 15 all in that game between Georgia and Fiji. Very close one between those two sides. The Autumn Nation Series, or sorry, it was the Autumn Nation Series rematch, I should say. last year when Fiji were able to beat Georgia, but this one was a 15-all draw. 1 point difference between England and the Springboks, which had that final feel, and it certainly went down to the wire. They've actually just got a wicket there in the cricket, I do see as well, which is good news for New Zealand. Romania able to get the big win over Tonga. They were the underdogs going into that game, so now they've pushed their way into that top 15 in the world. Also, Wales able to get that win over Australia. That game had a fair bit of controversy scattered throughout, and then also France able to get a massive win over the All Blacks by 15 points. Nothing wrong with the way that the French played in that game. They just kept on going, and they were able to get themselves a nice massive win. Thanks for the commentary. Watching from South Africa as well, says Jeff. So welcome in to the live stream, mate. It is great to have you here. I believe this will be a 4 p.m. afternoon game over there in South Africa and a 3 p.m. game at Aviva Stadium. 7 degrees Celsius, nice chilly day there, but the crowd, they will be certainly warmed up after seeing what they saw last week. 12 wins for Ireland, 6 wins for Ireland, 6 wins for Argentina. The last time these two sides played in Ireland, it was 28-17 in favour of the home side Ireland, and that was on the 10th of November. So about 3 years ago was the last time we got to see these two sides play, and I am very excited to see what we will see from them this week. And it is the final game of the internationals. Like I mentioned, I'm sad in some regards. My voice won't be sad, but I am indeed, because of the fact that we are going to only get to see no more games of international rugby for a little while. But Super Rugby and everything else is just around the corner, which makes me very happy once again. But Ireland, this is the side that they have gone with. They are in the training sheds at the moment. They will be out on the field extremely soon, and then we will be ready to go for this exciting international fixture. Andrew Porter, Ronan Kelleher, and Ty Furlong. I want to say at least one of those three is scoring himself a try in this game. Not sure what one, though. I think Ronan Kelleher is probably the safer bet, but Ty Furlong certainly has a decent chance as well, if Ireland as well. And there from Spotify, and also we have got their welcome, everyone, and also we have got the May 5 with the 4-leaf clovers there in the chat and the ball and the Kieran from Katie Dixon. But nonetheless, anyone who is new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button. We are going to be back every single week with not just international rugby, the top 14, Gallagher Premiership, URC, you name it, we are covering it on the channel. Even the sevens is going to be getting a look in over the next couple of weeks as well. Hey, sis, how you do? Says Katie Dixon there as well. The Irish fans at Aviva Stadium, they will be hoping for a similar result to what they saw last week, where they were able to see a massive win for Ireland, 29 points to 20 over the All Blacks. And also we have got there the ball and also a few clovers from Assassin there in the chat as well. But hopefully we do get to see a fast-paced, high-scoring one between these two international sides, and they will want to both put on a show. Pablo Matera, he's going to be starting at 8 for this game. This is the starting lineup that they have decided to go with in this match. It does actually have Gallo there at number 1. My lineup is well and truly wrong. I've got a couple names completely messed up by the looks of it, but it is going to be Julia Montoya who will be starting at number 2. He has been phenomenal throughout this whole season, whether it is Rugby Championship or this international series. He always puts his heart on his sleeve, always plays like a true captain, and that is why he is going to be so important for Argentina throughout this one. Guido Petti and Thomas Lavanini will be the two making up the lock combo. Grodona, Crema, and also Pablo Matera. Now, talking about aggression, you don't have to look much further than Marcos Crema. He will give you 110%, and he will tell you all about it while he is giving you that 110%, because he is an aggressive fellow, and he will keep on going throughout this whole match. Has the most yellow cards or red cards out of any Argentine player ever. That speaks for itself with how much effort he is going to give you. Thomas Cubelli starting at number 9 with Santiago Carreras getting to start now at number 10. Geronimo De La Fuente at 12 with Matthias Moroni on his outside at 13. Lucio Cinti, actually a man from the 7 side who did win the bronze medal. He will be starting at 11 for this one. Carreras out on the other wing, and then Emiliano Boffelli, someone who's been struggling a little bit off the tee, unfortunately for him, but he will hopefully have a decent one here as well. Good afternoon, chaps, as well, says Maurice. Welcome in, and finally get to watch one of the good to see you here as well. And good afternoon, Hamish. I hope that you did not change your attire due to some comments which asked if you were dressing for a funeral service yesterday. Michael from South Africa as well says, Michael, nah, this is just because I decided with it just being the one match, I didn't want to get too dressed up for it overall. I probably should have, because of the fact that it is going to be in that situation of, yeah, it is the last international fixture, but I'm sure the suit will be back very soon as well. We have also got there. Good to see you here as well for the May 5, and also an excellent pronunciation, sir, says Mark. Thank you very much, and you're back at it again. Respect. Yep. Every single time we have an international fixture, we are going to be here, and we are going to be covering it on the channel. At the moment, we have got the Argentine national anthem, which means we are getting very close to being able to get into this match, and you can just see the passion on the side of Argentina. Every time you hear that national anthem, you can see the tears in the eyes of Thomas Lavanini. And time for some argy-bargy as well. Argentina players look fired up. They always do for this national anthem. And it's how they carry over from hearing that national anthem, hearing it in the eardrums, to going out on the field and playing it. And they are a side that, if they can get going early on, they can give a decent contest to this to this Irish side. But Ireland, I think their structure will actually be what helps them over the edge in this game. Argentina, they'll come out firing in this one. They'll try their best to really push them, and then it will possibly end up maybe going the way of Ireland in the end. This is the bench that they have decided to go with for this one. Cian Healy and also Ty Byrne, that man that I mentioned. Peter O'Mahony is the man that I've got in my thumbnail, and he is going to be a player off the bench who did have an impact in the last couple of games in Argentina at the moment. You can see them fired up, and it's going to be a good time out on the field in a short moment. We have got there also Harry Byrne gets the chance at 22. That is because of the injury of Johnny Sexton. He is going to be out for the next little while, unfortunately for him. He was starting to find some form as well. Nicolas Sanchez, he will have that extra experience off the bench for Argentina, alongside maybe Gonzalo Bertrano gets a late chance, and Facundo Isa, that man is a bulldozer, and he will just run over everyone as well. Oh yeah, what's got there in the chat? Can you as well in the chat? Hello from Namibia. Can you rate O'Mahony out of 10 as a player? Says Mark. It's a tough one. He's a very good player for Munster, and also he plays extremely well for normally when he does end up playing for I was going to say Ireland, but I feel like that was a weird way of saying it. I think O'Mahony is a 10 out of 10 player. He certainly plays very passionately, and he's quite strategic, and I feel like that is quite good for him off the bench. James Lowe, he has been very good recently, but we have got the Irish national anthem. My voice, you can hear it starting to disappear. We have also got there's always a bit of needle between Ireland and Argentina, says Mark. Yeah, there's always a bit of a battle that goes on out on the field. We did see there the last time these two sides played, it was 2018. There'll be a little bit of that built-up passion that is just going to come out on the field in a very short moment. But the Irish national anthem, we are hearing it now, and then after this, we're straight into the match. Do let me know, ladies and gentlemen, who's going to score the first try of this match. Is it going to be Ireland? Is it going to be Argentina? And who is the player who is going to be able to get there? Hi, Katie Dixon. I'm heading over to watch the match on TV at my dad's. We'll be better listening to the Kiwi lads for a better commentary as well, says Marisa. I appreciate you being here, mate, and hope you are excited for this game between the two sides. We see there Peter O'Mahony. They're showing him quite a bit. And yeah, Argentina versus Ireland. Oh, sorry, Ireland. Games are usually close as well, says Assassin. And also we have got there, I hope your voice feels better, Hamish, as well, says Katie Dixon. The best thing is, even though it sounds bad, my throat is fine, which I feel like is kind of like, I would rather have a messed up voice than have my throat be like just absolutely killing me. So I'm fine in that regard. It just sounds like I have been like talking for about 10 hours straight, which I was yesterday. And it is starting to show, but this is our last one. We're listening to the Irish national anthem. I absolutely love hearing it. Definitely at Aviva Stadium. It just makes it that much better. Australia will beat both of them as well. Sees a big sport there. And at the chat, and also we have got there, although that isn't the real BKR Sport. So hello, fake BKR Sport, but we have got there, have a good time at your dad's brother as well. Says it, Katie Dixon and hey, Hamish, buddy. Hello, Katie. What week of rugby, or what a week of rugby we had yesterday. Yeah, these results coming across the bottom of the screen. Scotland able to get the win over Japan. Georgia and Fiji having a 15-all draw between those two sides. England just able to creep it up against South Africa. Then also an extremely close one. It was Wales versus Australia. And then the game between France and New Zealand, that one wasn't so close. And it was in that situation of going right into the favour of France. We have got the still exhausted from that as well. And also some Supermo out, and India sitting 78 for 2 after 8 overs. Black Caps in a good position as well, says Cody. Yeah, it is going to be important that they keep on taking those wickets that they do require, because if they end up letting India get around that 180, 190, that's going to be where the trouble kind of comes in as well. We have got their Doris still tasting yesterday's soup as well. And at the chat, and also we have got their Howard's Michael as well, says Katie Dixon, although we have got ourselves once again another fake spammer who seems, I think it is because BKR Sport may have timed out most of them. So now he's like, you know what, I'll see how I can go on the other channel, see if I can get any attention. But they are just showing the starting lineup for Argentina and for Ireland. They have got two very strong sides, but Julio Montoya and also Ronan Kelleher. He's going to be another one to watch out for. That's fake BKR Sport, isn't it? Just realized that as well, says Katie Dixon. It is indeed, but we can still greet him like he is the real BKR Sport. He probably likes to think he is anyway. We have got there some sour, or something sour might help as well. And also we have got there lower the chat from Assassin. And at this stage, they are just showing the benches. And then we are underway for this game, the final international fixture. We have also got the match that has taken place between Manu Samoa and also the Barbarians. That should be next week, but we will have to wait and see whether or not that will actually be the case. Because there is still a lot of questions that are being asked. BK is a member, isn't he? It's too early. It's 7 a.m. I'm not awake yet as well. Says Katie Dixon. It is no worries, though. As long as it's nothing like we had on the Discord, it's all good, Katie. Because that went south real quick. I woke up for half a minute and looked at it and I was like, how did this happen? We've gone from just people talking about the games to all of a sudden it all got political and all sorts. But now it will be Joey Carberry who will be kicking off this game for Ireland. He will be excited to get this opportunity. We need funds to send Hamish some throat coat and spicy soups as well. Says that the May 5 year it's been it must have been a fake account as well. Says Assassin there. But Joey Carberry going to be kicking off this one and this game at Aviva Stadium underway. Can Ireland make it 3 from 3 in their international fixtures? And I believe if they do make it 3 from 3, they would be the only team out of all of the sides that have won 100% of their games, other than France, I believe, are the only other side there. And now it is going to be rolled back, and it will be Thomas Kubeli puts the ball high with the box kick, and that is something Argentina will be prominent in their game here. They will decide to go for quite a few kicks, but now it's a nice quick step from the Leinster man, Hugo Keenan. He's been having a pretty good season so far in the URC, firing it back now. Josh Van den Fleur on the outside. Henshaw inside ball, not able to link up with Ringrose. Knock-on advantage here for Argentina, looking like they're under a bit of pressure. And it is going to be kicked downfield there by Santiago Carreras. James Lowe takes it inside of the 22. He's got a long boot. Does use it off the left as well. They say he was inside, and that is a great kick downfield from James Lowe down to the halfway line. No suit as well, says Danny Lewis. Not for this one. I decided, since it's just a lone game, that I was just going to be wearing casual clothes, I guess you could say, for this one. Who has the time to be a troll during such wild matches? How do they manage as well? I think it is because they have nothing else to do, the May 5 as well. So it is kind of one of those ones. And a no fake accounts around here as well. Yeah, but there are, aren't they? We always got their Discord definitely went to last night as well, says Katie Dixon. That's going to be a free kick to Argentina there for them, just closing the gap just a little bit too much there, Ireland. So now inside of their own half here, and it will be Argentina. Santiago Carreras, that is a man who has impressed in not just the Rugby Championship, but also anytime he's been in that number 10 jersey, because he was originally, that's the thing, he's transitioned everywhere in that back line almost. He started off, he was going to be a winger. Then he went to fullback. When he ended up kind of having too many injuries at number 10, they lost in the end Nicolas Sanchez. So from fullback, he went to fly half. And he's just been all through the back line. Robbie Henshaw there, that man is everywhere. Normally, did he have to call up for the British and Irish Lions? He didn't get a lot of game time if he did. But hopefully, he will get himself some more game time in the Six Nations. Connor Murray now just outside of the 22 takes it back and puts it high. Rob Ballacloon going to be chasing that one, but now instead Santiago Carreras takes it. And he gets dragged down by Gary Ringrose. Kubeli now goes back into the hands of the captain, Aulia Montoya, someone who needs an important game here for Argentina if they want any chance of being able to win it. Santiago Carreras, first receiver, now breaking the line. Good offload there. And once again, another offload from Argentina, breaking the line nicely. Geronimo Della Fuente on the outside, stepping beautifully on the inside, and there's Carreras, who is going to be scoring it. Mateo Carreras, the pacer, that man, all of a sudden burst the back line into light, I guess you could say, for Argentina. And oh God, I just skimmed through the Discord hard pass as well. Says that May 5. So yeah, I've got the oh wow as well, says Assassin, and also someone who was probably under a bit of stress in their life projected their insecurities into Discord last night. So she could have an excuse to fight people, and good try, says Assassin. Beautiful try there for Argentina. Mateo Carreras. That was a brilliant run. He just stepped on the inside, too much pace. Round Ian Henderson, and he was always going to get outpaced, unfortunately, by the number 14. And that now means that there's the opening try of the match, and it was Argentina who were able to score it, trying to do it for the Southern Hemisphere by the looks of it. But Mateo Carreras, that one's gone over from... There we go. And like they were saying, I don't think anyone in the script saw that. Tell you what, I would agree with that. Everyone thought that this one, of course, was going to be maybe the first try for Ireland at home at Aviva Stadium. But great step there. Mateo Carreras, he just went as soon as he stepped. He just found a bit of a gap there. Where's the tie as well? Says Avila Hugo. We normally have it, but I decided, since it is just a one-off match here on this day, that I would just go with the, I guess, normal dress for today. And also we have got there, what are you doing? Or sorry, what are you going to do now that the rugby season is done for the year as well, says Danny Lewis? Or the international rugby scene is done, but Rugby is far from over. We've got the top 14 Gallagher Premiership, URC, the 7th circuit coming back up, and we're going to be doing a bit of cricket on the Kiwi Lad Sport channel as well, while we are waiting for Super Rugby to get back underway. And also we've got their 3-wicket haul for the Black Caps captain, Mitch Satner, has India 82 for 3 as well. And so rugby 2 years away in France, can't wait. You're going to live stream the World Cup, Hamish? I am indeed. Beautifully taken there by Hugo Keenan now. And Ireland are trying to counter with a try of their own. Beautiful pass there. Tyke Furlong, the big man, trying to make his way forward. Connor Murray once again, first receiver. Carberry, good backline movement here. Henshaw making contact with Cremo, who is always going to give you a massive hit, and he's also going to give you a penalty because they've got the advantage. Ireland now straight out in front of the post, 35 out. Going to be passed back there, and it is Jack Conan. He's a cross kick from Carberry, not working out there, and they're going back for the penalty in favour of the Irish. We have got there, as well as Super Rugby on with New Zealand being in lockdown as well. I believe it is still taking place in February. We're still a few months away, though. So hopefully by then everything is cleared up and they are able to have, oh man, Argentina has given Ireland the business right out of the gate as well. Go Ireland. In the chat says Katie Dixon, and can I be a moderator? I will sort out this members for you as well, says Barbecue Sport. Really. I feel like Barbecue Sport is the perfect name for someone who is trying to be BCAR Sport, mate. If I'm not right, also good Lord, the Trolls are trolling with gusto this morning as well, says Katie Dixon. Also, we have got there, try, says Sebastian. I'm raising a glass to you enough. Be still as well. Absolutely unimpeachable language. I love it as well, says the May 5. And also, we have got there, good Lord, the Trolls. And also, we have got that hearts from the May 5, to the May 5 and come on Ireland, says John Wayne on there. So that's a name and a half. And they are going to be lining up this guy. Joey Carberry, man who has got the tee today. Johnny Sexton did get injured in the last match. He did receive a katana from the Japanese side. He actually scored himself a try in that game as well, Johnny Sexton. And that is a big question on everyone's mind. Is that man going to be there for the World Cup in 2 years' time? And at this stage, Joey Carberry, Harry Byrne, they would also both like to be there, of course, Jez Lass. And pretty huge for us as well, says Sebastian there. And also, I thought international tourists aren't allowed into New Zealand as well, says Danny Lewis. There is a little bit of a situation. I believe it's MIQ that you've got to go through to be able to get into New Zealand, and you've got to have kind of that locked in for a little while. We have got their try from Sebastian. Also, we have got there, I'm sorry, I forgot to say congrats to you yesterday for the Romania win. Absolutely brilliant from Romania. As you can see down the bottom here, when it does come across after Mateo Carreras his try's going past. Now you can see there, it's coming. Wait for it. It's almost here. That's been kicked off by Argentina. Very close to the touchline. All foot on the touchline there from Hugo Keenan. And now because of it, it does mean that it will be Argentina that has got the line out. Did I miss it? No, there it is. Romania, they were able to get the win over Tonga. 32 points to 20. Good kick as well, says Assassin. It was indeed. Went straight down the middle there. First one off the boot for Joey Carberry. So he'll be happy enough with that one. Ric Flair noises, woo, in the chat as well. I'll tell you what, my voice cannot handle that. That is for sure. That's been called not straight. So that was a big mistake for Argentina, as they were sitting in a decent position up till that point to be able to get themselves going. But now it's going to be the scrum for Ireland inside of their own 22. 7 minutes into this game, it's flying by at the moment. And I'm kind of sad that it's flying by, because as soon as this game's over, that's international rugby done for this year, other than the kind of international-ish game between Samoa and also it will be the Barbarians, which we will get to see. I'm not too sure who the Barbarians have playing for them, because originally they did have it announced it was going to be Pablo Mateta. He's out there at the moment. Also, they were going to have Malcolm Marks. Also, they were going to have Quay Cooper, but I don't think he's available anymore. When is the 7th rugby season? December, if not mistaken as well, says Kevin. It actually starts next week as well, which is going to be pretty awesome to see. So pretty much it is going to be next week, late November, and then there is the early December one that we have got, and we are covering both of them on the channel. Although I do see that game between Manu Samoa and also the Barbarians is on at the same time as the final of the 7s next week. So we will have to try and work out what to do. BHR Sport Disma TV says it was a reef. What type of TV do you have, mate? Because I know that you mentioned it yesterday that you did this TV. So I am curious to know what type of TV you've got. Like, I haven't got a TV that's very special at all. So I guess your TV is probably better than my TV, but we have got there next week, I think, as well, says Sebastian. It's going to be taken nicely by Ireland on the halfway line. Working hard in the breakdown, Andrew Porter. He's going to give you a good old contest with the physicality. Josh Flandon-Flower looking for the offload, not able to get it. Tyke Furlong, no, it's popped up to Porter. And he is trying to break the line. He is someone who scores a lot of tries for Leinster throughout the URC. Was able to get himself a double the other week. Oh, big contact there on Caelan Doris there, but Marcos Crema able to drag him down. Plays most of his rugby in the top 14. Marcos Crema alongside a few of his other Argentine teammates. In fact, he plays against them a little bit. throughout them. I believe Thomas Lavanini put a huge hit on him a couple of weeks ago. Now it's going to be Connor Murray, got the hands on the ball. Robbie Henshaw drawing pass. Now down the wing, Ronan Keller playing like he's a winger. Passes it back on the inside. Good break of the line there from Jack Conan. And now all stolen for Argentina. No, it's a penalty there. And it's going to be the penalty to Ireland. And we have, can we get a George appearance tonight as well? Says be a barbecue, barbecue, bring your own BQR Sport. Tell you what, your names are tough. Like, I have to give you credit for the fact that you do have so many different names. But George, unfortunately, he will be sleeping. He was in the tractor for a lot of today. And how much total is safe for Black Caps to chase in the second innings? Anything under 180, I feel like, is the absolute best case scenario for them. The player off his feet, and Ireland have shown their aggression early on in this game. They've kicked for the corner instead of deciding to go for the 3 points, which is fair play to them. And now at this stage, Port has a little bit of a word in the ear of his lengthened teammate Ronan Keller, and they would have done this many, many times. We have got there, he made another fake account as well. But Caelan Doris throws it in. Oh, sorry, it was actually, Ronan Keller. Now it's the rolling ball here for Ireland, and this is something that we expect from them. Keller around the side scores a try. And that is the first try of the match now for Ronan Keller. And we do see here, Peter O'Mahony, he's actually starting this game at 6. And I believe he was coming off the bench in my one, but we have got there. I saw that Tim Sally isn't even bowling today. They can't be asked anymore, unfortunately, as well. Says that Sebastian, yeah, it is pretty rough for the Black Caps over there. They have had a pretty solid World Cup in terms of they haven't had a break after that one. And from there, they've just had to keep on playing cricket. They would have loved a week off, I think. Oh, tell you what, Tyke Furlong, he took a big hit to the chin from Santiago Carreras. Didn't even feel it. Just went straight through him, but it is going to be Ronan Keller, the Leinster man, who was able to score. I did say before the match that him, Tyke Furlong, or Andrew Porter, one of the Leinster front row, are scoring a try. I said that couldn't pick who, but he was the best option, and he has already scored it. Maybe all three of the front row going to be able to get themselves one try as well, and that is dedication to your craft right there, and Artisan Joel as well, and try in the chat there from Assassin. And yeah, this stage very nicely done by Ireland to be able to fight their way back into the lead now. Joey Carberry, cool, calm and collected with the kick, and the score now is going to be 10 points to Ireland and 7 to Argentina. Only 11 minutes gone. We've got a high scoring one here, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be an exciting one, but the rolling maul of Ireland, we knew that was going to be somewhere that they'd go to before the game, and we knew that it was going to be effective, and that's exactly, actually, tell you what, it's not Ronan Keller who scored that one. My apologies, ladies and gentlemen. It was actually, I believe it was, I think it was actually Josh Van Fleur who was able to score it. It was indeed. I did put down the wrong name. We will take back Ronan Keller. Thought that it was just the stock standard rolling maul, but it was actually Josh Van Fleur who was able to get himself the try there. We will add him to the try scorers list, but I'm sure we'll get to put Ronan Keller's name on that list very soon. Oh, yeah, I've got there. Not going to lie, I'm nervous as well. Says Assassin, what is your score prediction for this one, mate? Do let me know who are the players for Ireland to look out for. Joey Carberry, he's getting a huge opportunity there at 10, and hopefully he does go all right. And also go on the Irish in the chat from Magoesi. Taken nicely there by, it was in the end, I believe it was Santiago Grodona who did get that one. And now Marcos Crema, big contact on him. He done drove him backwards. James Ryan trying to get that one off him, but he wasn't quite able to. Now, once again, it's going to be Thomas Lavanini. He's actually the man who does spend a lot of his time in the top 14 that's starting up next week, which is great to see, alongside the URC and the Gallagher Premiership. Carry from the captain there, Julio Montoya, on the halfway line. Now looking to the short side here. A lot of pressure from the Irish in defence, something that they did up against the All Blacks extremely well in their 29-20 win. Cordello there. Get on the carry. Now looks like now rolling the ball back, Matthias. It is actually going to be Thomas Kubeli with the box kick. Taken nicely by Connor Murray. A little bit of pressure on him by the try scorer, Cordero, but they've still got the ball in their hands here. Andrew Porter throwing himself at the line. And a nice low tackle there from Marcus Kremish. And also you've got there the try-ish as well. His big ass. Sporp. Sporp. I like it. That's the thing. You're supposed to be the troll that I'm not supposed to laugh at, but I can't help it. But now at this stage it is going to be Thomas Kubeli going now. Quick hands. It's going to be kicked downfield. Oh, that was almost like a slide tackle from Peter O'Mahony, and he ended up landing on his head. It was like a slide tackle and a half, but that is now going to be an answer, Santiago Carreras. They're going to show that on the replay, and I'm going to cringe every single time I see it. It's a penalty to the Irish, though, and Ireland by 5, hopefully, and I won't even hide him as well. There's Sebastian there, and here we go. And why isn't Kane not captain T20 resting him test match as well. Says Kevin, sorry, yeah, they are pretty much. Have you gone to bed yet, says C? And I ended up going to bed at about 3 p.m. yesterday and then waking up at about 1:45 when I did set my alarm. And then from there, we've been straight into prepping for this live stream. But off the feet, Ireland now going to be kicking it for the corner. It's a good kick from Joey Carberry as well into the 22 now of Argentina. But James Lowe here, he's going to do the big kick, and it was just touched a little bit by Tomas Kubeli. We're looking at that one, though. No, we're not looking at that slide tackle thing that Peter O'Mahony did. I believe he just slipped and ended up well and truly taking out the player as well, Peter Y. He always lands on his head as well. Says it was Gary Dixon. Well, he was actually the one who slid tackled the man who landed on his head. He actually got Carreras in what was a very impressive one in all the wrong ways. But now Ronan Kelleher, good run from him all. Is he being picked up and dropped there from... It was in the end, Julio Montoya. Are they going to check this one? I believe it's fine for now, but looked like he may have gone upright above the horizontal. Conor Murray now looking to the short side. Oh, it's big contact there on Tiger Burn. I believe it was now. It is going to be Peter O'Mahony. Goes back now. Kelleher. Nice step there from Gary Ringrose. Looks for the offload, but Kelleher protecting the ball nicely in the breakdown. Trying to wrestle their way over the top, the Pumas, but now it's Josh van den Fleur, the try scorer. He also plays for Leinster and is a phenomenal player when he does get the chance. Joey Carberry now. Oh, crunching the neck. That wouldn't have felt very nice at all. There's a lot of big hits going on. Oh, Marcos Kremer put in one on Ian Henderson as well. Gary Ringrose trying to break through, but great tackle there by Han Cruz Malia, I believe it is. Argentina forcing Ireland back to the 22. Tyke Furlong lined up and driven backwards in what was a very physical tackle. Still making their way forward here, Ireland. It's a knock-on from Tyke Furlong. Rare mistake from him when it comes to the handling. And now because of it, it's a knock-on advantage. Now kick downfield from Tomas Kubeli. And it's going to be sitting up nicely for Hugo Keenan. 30 metres out from his own line now. Goes for the kick. Back and behind. Not looking for the 50-22. Instead just kicks it into the hands of the Argentine fullback, Emiliano Boffelli. Who now he is going for the 50-22, lined up by Balakoon, sorry. Not quite able to get it. 5 metres out from his own line now. Passes it back across field. And on the left boot, James Lowe kicks it downfield and kicks it into touch as well. Big. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Lovely stuff to be found in the pin comment. And Black Caps already 4 wickets as well. So they're doing very nicely. And also every single archive Munster match I watch, Peter jumps into the air for the ball and ragdolls himself back to the ground and lands on a skull. Peter Y as well. And also, how competitive the Six Nations going to be next year? Only team or weak team will most certainly be Italy. Yeah, it will depend on who's in form heading into that game because I mean, Ireland at the moment, if they continue the way that they're playing in the kind of autumn internationals, they're going to be well and truly a threat. France, they're up and coming. They're going to be a threat too. England have started to find themselves just in a bit more form recently, so they will be one to watch out for. Wales are always one that in the Six Nations have a good record. Tyke Furlong now off to Ronan Kelleher. They were the Six Nations champions last year as well for Wales. And Josh van den Fleur once again drives his way forward. Almost a neck roll on him. Tell you what, there's contact and a half out there at the moment. Joey Carberry gives it to Gary. Oh, sorry, it was actually in the end Robbie Henshaw. Conor Murray wide cut out pass from Carberry out to James Lowe, shut down early by Emiliano Boffelli. But that does mean now that there may not be too many players in behind here for Argentina. Porter with another carry. Ireland dominating the possession in the early stages of this match at Aviva. Peter O'Mahony carries hard at the line. Little bit of a juggle there from Conor Murray. It's pushed forward and it's an advantage for the knock on and it's going back for the scrum there for Argentina. Oh, I just broke my pen. That's hurt my feelings. And also WTF this guy as well. And the chat, Mitch Satner bowling like a god as well. Says Sebastian there. And also lol in the chat. So yeah, he's pretty keen to get involved in the chat. And I don't think they realize like them chatting actually helps the live streams because it like helps push it out because YouTube go, oh, there's plenty of people interacting on that. We'll give it out to more people. So it's helpful, I think. So thank you, whoever you are, even though you never actually give us your real name. But one day you'll find out, or we'll find out, I guess we should say, RIP Zappy Pen as well, and Breaking Pen's the Hamish Move story as well. Says Katie Dixon. Luckily, though, it's still like attached. It's just not attached properly. It's pretty much like it couldn't hang on anything anymore, but luckily the ink still works. And Zappy Zap says Katie Dixon, it should be worth a zap, to be fair, but I will not do one quite yet. They are interesting. Like, I guess it's not painful, but it's just weird. Like, you don't feel weird, or you do feel weird, I should say. But 10-7 at this stage after 18 minutes in this game, the final match of international rugby. As you can see already, Josh van der Fleur, and it was Mateo Carreras who was able to score the try in the 3rd minute. Zappity, pen, go flappity as well, says the May 5. That's a penalty to Argentina at scrum time. That will give them a lot of confidence as one of the strongest sides around in the front row for scrummaging is Ireland. It was actually Andrew Porter there who they did say lost his footing a little bit. Tyke Furlong and also Ronan Kelleher. They've got in the front row, but 19 minutes into this game, and it is going to be kicked for the touchline. I'm absolutely loving this game for some reason. I think it is just because of the fact that we've had that much international rugby, and I don't get sick of it. Like every time we have another game, I just get more and more excited. I hardly slept because I was too excited about this one. Coming up, swiggity swootity pins at me in the booty as well. Says Katie Dixon. Also, we have got there. We need Tribe in Europe. The app is the best I've ever seen as well. Says Sebastian. It is extremely helpful. And yeah, I think hopefully one day, I mean, I've been in contact. Oh, that's been dropped there by Argentina. And Al Henshaw goes on the outside. Gary Ringrose step in nicely. I did actually talk to them during Super Rugby, I believe it was. And I was trying to ask the question of like kind of using their scoreboard and whatnot. Oh, Ronan Keller are there, just having a bit of a face-to-face with one of the Pumas players. But yeah, I talked to them about using their scoreboard for a couple of Super Rugby games. And I should also mention to them at some stage, because like it sounds like I'm friends with them. I've just messaged them once and they replied, which I consider friendship. But pretty much, yeah, if they do end up extending to maybe more kind of regions, it would be pretty awesome to see as well. And poor pen as well. My pen is not broken as well. And tell you what, M, or my pen is broken as you are called. This is a shock pen, right? If you are willing to actually tell me what your name is, I will shock myself with this pen. Deal? You don't even have to say your full name, just your first name so that I know who to like kind of say. Because like you've got a lot of names and I'll still read out your name, but I want to be able to say on like a level of being able to say, hey, I know him type thing. And I probably won't even say it on live stream as well. I'm just curious. Shock on the line. Let me know. I got his back as well. Says Katie Dixon. Well, I had to make the account called My Pen Is Not Broken. But now at this stage, Connor Murray. I'm going to have the scrum feet here for Ireland. They are just outside of the 22 and a good attacking position on the field here for them. 21 minutes into this game. And they will be able to get themselves in a good attacking position. It is 10 points to 7 at the moment here. And this one, good push there from Argentina at scrum time once again, but Connor Murray going to have this one off, and they're actually on the halfway line. My apologies there, but now they are getting a lot closer to the attacking position. James Lowe there, offload on the inside. This is dangerous from Ireland. Joey is, oh no, sorry, it wasn't Joey. It was Connor Murray dragged down there. Hugo Keenan now. And now Doris in the number 8 jersey. So they've actually got quite a few changes here for Ireland. It's going back. Oh, he's in the touchline there, but it is going to be the penalty for kicking the ball away. And Ireland get themselves a penalty and reveal your identity to us, Zap, as well. Says Katie Dixon there. And now at this stage, it is going to be the penalty to Ireland. 5 meters out. And I would assume more than likely with the 3-point lead here, they might just kick it for the corner. And that is what Joey Carberry is going to be doing. They would rather get themselves another try than try and risk just being the 6 points ahead. Argentina have come to play. They scored the first try of the match in 3 minutes with Carreras. Argentina defending well, not going to lie as well. Yeah, they always start matches well. And it's that kind of discipline side of it that can let Argentina down in the middle stages of a game. Good afternoon all as well, says Thick Boy. Welcome into the live stream, mate. And you will be very excited about that result, I assume, with it being 29 points to the 28 over Australia. And do let me know, ladies and gentlemen, so far this weekend, what has been your favourite game of rugby? Whether it is a game that is actually involving your team that you support, or whether just in general, which game have you watched and been like, this is the best game of the weekend? Ronan Keller breaking off the back, 1 metre short now of the line for Ireland. There's an advantage for offside. Like I mentioned, that discipline of Argentina can let them down. And once again, they have put themselves under pressure. It is going to be Tyke Furlong. Good defense, hands behind the breakdown is the comment from the referee. Good offload there. And once again, getting extremely close. It looks like Porter's going to back himself power for days. And he has scored the try. I have 70 cents on Ireland as well, says Jay. I wish I had 70 cents on Ireland. I might have been able to make 85 cents or so. They were heavily the favourites going into this game. But Georgie did get his chocolate milkshake, so I'm sure he will be happy enough. But Andrew Porter is the first man of that front row who has been able to score the try. There we go. We will go Andrew Porter, dangerous player, very dangerous player, Andrew Porter, just phenomenal when he does get going, and that is exactly what he has been able to do there. Okay, it is just a conversation between the referee and also the captain. And Ireland doing the Northern Hemisphere some as well. Says it McGueezy, and also New Zealand, England versus South Africa. And yesterday was a great game or great day, says Thickboy, and also Try says Assassin. And also we have got there, but also a very happy man yesterday. And my name says it all. Now shocky shock time as well. It says I'm Batman. I'm not accepting that answer. You're almost there. Just the first name, even a first initial will do just for now. Whoever's got there, it's not fair. You can pronounce the Kiwi names and the Spanish names in Horabuena as well. It says Avila Hugo as well. And also we have got there, g'day Katie, says Jay. And also contest in the first up at Ireland by 25 to 30. That was your original comment. And I think you could be relatively close. With that regard, that's a big bit of contact, and it's going to be an advantage from the knock-on. Now Ireland once again going to be on the attack. Robbie Henshaw kicks it in behind, trying to find the space, and it's going to be taken nicely there by Emiliano Boffelli on the halfway line, putting the ball high for the Pumas. Lining up, not quite able to take it. It is going back now. It's going to be an advantage for the knock-on here in the favour of the Pumas. Good low tackle on Santiago Carreras. Ball bounces free, and it's going to be the scrum now as well. But yeah, a lot of names, like these names, some of them have taken a very long time to try and make sure that I can pronounce them. And I do try my best to be able to get kind of every single name pronounced correctly, due to the fact that if I can get them relatively close, you guys normally are able to work out a little bit more of who I'm talking about type thing. At the moment, going to have to wait and see. Is Tyke Furlong going to be able to score himself a try on this one? I'm Brandon, now push the button. You are not Brandon. I am Batman. Also, we have got there Newitt as well. Says Katie Dixon there. And also my top three were 1, England versus South Africa, 2, Romania, Tonga, and 3, France versus the All Blacks as well. And hey, brother, how you do? And the chat from Katie Dixon. But now Peter O'Mahony, once again, unfortunately, he is injured. Seems to be something that does happen quite often for that man. I just hope, like that's the thing, like you mentioned, Katie, every game we see him get kind of a head knock or something. Like the fact that he is still able to play is extremely impressive, but he's a hard man. That is for sure. He just keeps on fighting. Who's that guy right on the right? Anyone who's watching at the moment, who is the man who was sitting right on the right for Ireland? He was in the second row and he did have the bib on. Who was that? Do let me know. I recognize him, but I can't think of the name off the top of my head. But the territory at this stage, 69% in favour of Ireland. And I believe the possession was about 70% in favour of Ireland as well. So they're just hanging on to that ball, wearing them down as well. France were on top as well. Form yesterday as well. And we have got there in Hora Buena. Well done, mate, as well. I see. See, that's the thing. I can pronounce the names, but I can't, I don't know anything else other than, I believe it is Hola Bienvenido de Nuevo al Canal de Kiwi Lads. Hopefully that's kind of right. And it was Blaze as well. Says that JA's there. And also we've got there. Peter O'Mahony had an that's a hard word. Skeleton like Wolverine. That's the only logical explanation as well, says Katie Dixon. Now it's going to be on the side of Argentina. Pablo Matera at number 8 finds the offload now. Santiago Carreras breaking the line. Good tackle though from Kalen Doris. He'll be able to slow them down. Marcos Crema, big physical carry there from that man around the side there, sniping. It was in the end. Thomas Belly wrestled down by Porter though. Now the Pumas, they're inside of the 22. They'll love to be able to get themselves a try and in the next couple minutes or so put the pressure back on the side at home at Aviva Stadium. Looks like it's pretty sold out as well. And Ryan and Byrne are the Irish second rows, as well, says Maurice. I'm sorry, what about the second row on the, I was actually meaning they were showing a cinematic of the Irish bench and whatnot. And there was a guy right on the right-hand side. And I can't think of what his name was, but yeah, for this game, they have got that's going to be kicked into touch there from Argentina, but they're going back for the penalty. But yeah, pretty much it was in the reserves. There was a man who I couldn't quite think of, and the man landed on his head 3 times in one match and got up like nothing, like it was nothing. So it says Katie Dixon, yeah, some people are just built different. And Peter O'Mahony is definitely one of those guys. Andrew Porter also, one of those men trying to get straight in there, but no clear release from James Ryan. So because of that, they did decide that it was the penalty against them. Henderson as well, says Maurice. No, he's a young guy, and I can't think of the name. Is it? I'm trying to think of him. It's not Peter O'Mahony. I think he is Is he a loose forward off the bench or a reserve? I think he's in their squad, but he's not playing for this game, and I can't think of his name to save myself. I feel like, tell you what, while Emiliano Boffelli lines this one up, I'm looking up the Irish squad. I can tell you guys exactly who I was talking about. Ireland squad, who we got? Where are they? They're hiding. They are hiding. Oh, Emiliano Boffelli has missed that one as well. And Brandon in the house of the chat. Morning all, says David. Welcome in to the live stream. It is great to have you here. Well, this one, my voice is struggling, but my brain certainly is not. We've had plenty of rugby on, and I've been absolutely loving it. The amount that we have been able to watch. He just didn't strike it well there, Emiliano Boffelli, and that is kind of summarized, unfortunately for him, how it has been going a lot of the time for that man off the tee. He just hasn't quite been able to strike them nicely, and it has been costing them a lot of points. The Argentina kicks it high now, Emiliano Boffelli, and it is going to be about 40 metres out, taken nicely by Joey Carberry. It looks like there's one of the Irish players staying down. No, he has got back up to his feet now. Connor Murray, pass it back Furlong, passes it back nicely now. Hugo Keenan, the draw and pass, trying to work for Ireland. Currently sitting 35 metres out from their line, and it is going to be Connor Murray. Once again, putting up the boot. James Lowe chasing it hard. Tries to line it up. Oh, it's a good tackle there on Carreras. Putting the pressure on Argentina as soon as it goes to the aerial battle. That is where Argentina, I would say, have the slight disadvantage because Ireland, they have got some very safe men under the high ball. Connor Murray takes that one nicely on his 22. Now Keenan firing the wide cutout pass into the hands of Carberry. Goes for the kick in behind, looking for the 50-22 pass. If it goes out, yeah, or it's just outside of the 22. Great kick, though, from Carberry there. At this stage, it is decided that I don't want to see the Irish rugby squad, apparently. I am typing it in, though. And it is like, you don't know who you're talking about. But there we go. Irish rugby, that's what we need. Right, I'm going to find out exactly who this man is as well. Morning, David, as well. Hit that like button, subscribe, and click on the bell as well. And don't be a moment late. So says Jay, and update it. As well says John there. And also we have got their morning, Davey, and at the chat. And also we have got their, I think the Irish water carrier is Harry Byrne as well. One moment, I have found some pictures of teams. Is it Harry Byrne? No, it was not Harry Byrne. Was it Andrew Conway? No, I'm looking through for the face that I did see. Maybe he wears headgear, and that might be something that is kind of affecting me. Was it James Hume? Surely it wasn't Hume because he has only got one Irish cap as well. We have also got there 17-7 is the score. I have not 15-7 as well. Has it updated? Okay, now it has gone up to 17. Sometimes they are just a little bit behind. And yep, in the chat from John Wayne on, I said, oh yeah, let's go there. Hope you're well. And in the chat from David, that one's going to be taken nicely by Ireland. 28 minutes in, and it's a penalty to Argentina though. Gone across and landed on the lifter is the call there. So that is why he was penalised. This has actually really stumped me. It's not James Ryan, and it's not Gary Ringrose. Is it Nick? It might be Nick Timoney. I think it's Nick Timoney. Or Timoney. I can't pronounce it properly, but I believe it is Nick Timoney who I was thinking of, who was on that Irish bench, or the reserves are wearing the bib. I believe that is who I was thinking of, Nick Timoney. Oh, once again, Pete O'Mahony lands on the back of his neck, and he's like, yeah, no, I'm fine. Let's go Brandon, or let's go Bowden. Says it Ryan there in the chat. Taken nicely now, and it is going to be Thomas Kubeli. Sells the dummy, runs straight at some of the big forwards of Ireland, and that is pretty much every single Irish forward because they have a solid pack for this match. Thomas Lavanini, plays halfback, gives it to Crema. He has once again pushed in his way forward. Going to be now offloaded. Big contact there, looking for the offload once again for Argentina. Trying to keep this ball alive, and I think they are playing at a pace that they may not be able to maintain for the full 80 minutes here. Still got the ball, though. And now it is going to be fired back once again from Kubeli. Little bit of a grubber of mind here from Santiago Carrera. Sits up nicely for Hugo Keenan, though. Good low tackle on him by Crema. And he makes a lot of them throughout that one. That name was hard work as well, says Mauricio. I couldn't quite work it out, but Timoney was the man who I was looking for. And it was annoying me that I couldn't think of him. Like, I would have gone straight after the game, looked at it and gone, oh, why couldn't I think of that name? But now James Lowe. And he's stepping once again. He is actually way off his left wing at the moment, but now they are going out to that side. Good bit of quick hands there. Kalen Doris taken down nicely. Julian Montoya straight on the ball, wins a penalty for Argentina as well. And proof that this is a good live feed. I'm delaying my siesta for this, and I never delay my siesta as well, says Avila Hugo. So thank you very much, mate, for tuning in. Hopefully you do have a great day for that as well. A little bit later on, Hamish hunting down the Phantom player and the Phantom Troller as well. And also we have got there, I'm not a troll, says Brandon there in the chat. And how did Boffelli miss? It's a great question. It was straight out in front, but it seems to be, the thing is, that man can kick them from 50 metres in terms of the distance, but it's the accuracy for him that he's really been struggling with as of late. Like, even that one, it was about 20 metres out, and he still missed it. And I guess it's a tough one because Argentina, they're a side that would prefer to take the threes rather than go for the corner a lot of the time. But when you are missing the threes, that is something that has been costing them quite a few points that are available as well. And Inspector Hamish on the case as well says, says Thick Boy, I'm just reading what your little badge says. And I see the first word is Biffy, I believe. And then the second word I cannot read out. We have got there. Ireland got one good game, or got one good test this autumn as well, says Ryan Murray. Yeah, that game up against the All Blacks, what a game it was as well. They played phenomenally. And I will ask you guys, tell you what, well, this one's going to be a little bit of a one that might be quite tough to answer. I want to know 1 to 6, what's the order that you guys feel that the Six Nations standings will be for the 2022 season? That one, he has missed it once again there, Meliana Boffelli out to the right-hand side. And it makes me wonder, not a lot of distance there for that one. It was about 35 metres out. Could they have decided to give it to maybe Carreras? Instead, he has got the ability to kick well. So Scotland dispatched Japan earlier as well. Says David, they did indeed. They were able to win 29 points to 20. Japan fought hard in that game, but Scotland once again showing their class and doing very nicely. It's a Scottish band, an outstanding Scottish band too. As well, says Thick Boy there. And also we have got there, didn't you see it in chat yesterday, mate? So I'm going to be 38 in January, and I'm fresh out of chalky milk as well. There, and also we have got there in the chat as well. So so Scotland dispatched them earlier, and one of the best. We are glad you're here. Says Katie Dixon, we are indeed. And how old are you? And did you bring chocolate milk? Was the question earlier on. It's a knock-on advantage here. So Ireland once again going to be just outside of their 22, and Conor Murray going to be putting this ball into the sky at Aviva Stadium. It looks like a beautiful afternoon for a game of rugby as well. Not too many games affected by rain today, which has been great, or also yesterday. But Santiago Carreras now once again driving the ball forward for Argentina. So that's the thing. If they had kicked their 2 threes, they are actually sitting at the moment on 13 points theoretically. But now this man, once again, beautiful step from him. And he's still going. Oh, he's juggled the ball. He's juggled the ball for Argentina. And that was going to be the second try of the match there for Carreras. He was breaking through. If Ireland win, it'll be Northern Hemisphere 4, Southern Hemisphere 0 this weekend, says John Wayne on Asa. That would be very, very impressive. I believe it's already the first time that 3 Northern Hemisphere teams have won in the same day up against Southern Hemisphere sides in a very long time. And it's just, at the end of the day, they are just playing very good rugby at the moment, the Northern Hemisphere. We've got to give them credit where credit is due. And they have just been phenomenal. France as well, they were just on fire. And you feel bad for Mateo Carreras. He was able to break through, trying to fend off the big man, Andrew Porter, though. That's not easy to do. Will help my hangover, says Jay. And also we have got the any milk at all, caramel or vanilla will do. And France will be second, Sebastian has said. So 1, England, France 2, Wales 3, Ireland 4, Scotland 5, and Italy 6 as well. And the only comment in my 1 to 6 rankings of my heart as well, I can only comment on the 1 to 6 rankings of my heart. As well, says the May 5. I'm curious to know what those rankings are. Let us know. We always got there, still not gone, brother, as well. How much did you pour last this morning as well? But now, oh no. Oh no, Santiago Carreras. It's Mateo Carreras. He's actually injured. And the tears are flowing because unfortunately, his night is over. I feel bad for the man because he was playing very well. He scored the opening try of the match, almost at a second. And now I really hope he's not out for a long time because he was playing very nicely. I've got some regular milk, but wait, I do have some chocolate. Oh, hot chocolate milk. Just remembered, hot chocolate milk's a mix. That's a penalty to Ireland. I can't talk today. Santiago Cordero, though, making his way out onto the field now as the replacement. We have got their best odds of the Six Nations will be Wales, and always worth a bet as well, says Timmy. Yeah, they do love themselves a Six Nations championship. They were able to win it last year as well. Very close with those points. And a lot of teams impressed last year. England, you would say, were probably the one side that underperformed massively, but I don't think that will be the case this year as well. I think they will end up really fighting back. And that's why every game of the Six Nations, we are hoping to be doing our live streams, even though they will be on at like 3 a.m., 5 a.m. We will be up. We will be commentating. So if you guys are new to the channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. What happens to him here? Was it him stretching? Oh, was it the ankle maybe? Or something along those lines. I'm not sure what happened to him, but he is off the field for the rest of this game. Thomas Lavanini almost able to get it. But now off the back, Josh Van Den Fleur offloads it now to Caelan Doris. The 2 loose forwards for Ireland trying to link up. 35 minutes down in this game. 5 minutes here for Ireland to work. They have put the ball high. James Lowe takes it nicely in the air. Very nicely done by the informed winger. Now it is Caelan Doris once again driving at the line. Finds the offload to Murray. Goes back now, decides to switch it. Joey Carberry inside ball to Robbie Henshaw, keeping this one alive here, Ireland. Another offload to Doris. Another offload here, and they just keep on going forward. Thomas Lavanini tries to slow that one down. Connor Murray passes it back to Doris. Now Carberry on the outside. Robbie Henshaw, all the Leinster boys starting to link up nicely here. Oh, bit of aggression there from Julio Montoya. Tyke Furlong now taking contact, going down as well, and still not quite able to get the ball here for Argentina. It is phase after phase here for Ireland. Joey Carberry forward pass, maybe flat. So they are going to be playing on just for now, 40 metres out here. Once again, it is going to be going on the outside out to Rob Balakloon. The first time we've seen him with the ball in hand, and he has certainly got plenty of pace when he does get a bit of space as well. Connor Murray back on the inside. Good inside ball from Ringrose. Nice offload back to Kelleher. Still going forward here for Ireland, just phase after phase. Now Balakloon not quite able to link up. 10 metres out though for Ireland. This is just persistent attack here. Great step there from, in the end, it was actually James Ryan bringing out the step. Big run there from Galen Doris. Drives himself over. What a try from the big man. Physicality and a half, and he gets over the line and scores himself the try. They are going to be checking this one, but it could have just been the try for Galen Doris. Tell you what, he just threw himself at the line here. Galen Doris, it's fair play to him because he decided, you know what, even though there's a Pablo Matera and also another big Argentine forward, that's my gap. That's the try line there, and I'm going straight through. But Galen Doris, they're going to be checking this one just to make sure that it is going to be the try. But it was very nicely done by that number 8. But James Lowe getting it straight up into the air, and that was the thing that changed the momentum. They did do the kick, and then they were able to retain it there. Ireland as well. We have got their rugby as a sport of the gods as well, says Gandhi. Absolutely love me a game of rugby, that is for sure. What Whiskey Bro as well, and also try in the chat. And also England with Marcus Smith are a different prospect next season. They are indeed. He has been playing phenomenally, and also attacking it down here in Valencia as well. 1 England, 2 Italy, just kidding as well, says Avila Hugo. Tell you what, Italy though, they do have the potential. Like Monty Ioane out on the wing, he's one of those players that I feel like could have a standout Six Nations, but I don't know whether or not it will be enough for Italy. I want to see them do well. I would love to see them finish as the team who aren't last in that Six Nations, just to really make the other sides also have to up their games. That one has gone over there from Joey Carberry, and now the score is going to be 24, but James Ryan, his night is over now. And unfortunately, tell you what, Galen Doris's rib cage there, as he threw himself at the line, we almost saw it come out of the side of the body. He probably popped it back in and scored the try. He put it down. Said, thanks very much for coming. I tell you what, he's taken that contact like a champ, that is for sure. And that was a quick game. Well, this is a quick game here. We're already at half time. I can't believe how quick it's going. And Kiwi Lads winning formula is commentary with banter as well. Sorry, I've got to go. But see you at the Six Nations as well, says Timmy. Thank you very much, mate. And yeah, we will see you there. But yeah, that's one thing that I love about this side of the commentary is it's not just me commentating the game. I get to talk to you guys as well in the chat. Oh, Ty Furlong, the big man going for it. Wants his birthday try that he wasn't quite able to get last week up against the All Blacks. He had a try disallowed. He will certainly not want one disallowed here. James Lowe now going for the 50-22. Trying to find that space, but it's straight into the hands of Emiliano Boffelli. Kicks it miles down the field with a spiral kick. It was almost curling in the wind as well, if there's a little bit of it. At Aviva Stadium now will be in the hands of Carberry. Looks for the 50-22 here. Taken nicely by, it was Lucio Cinti, actually one of the first touches we've seen from him throughout this match here. And he's taken nicely by James Lowe just outside of his 22 though. Now it's becoming a territory game, and Ireland won't be minding this. Only 30 seconds left of this half. If Argentina kick it back to them one more time, they will more than likely kick this one into touch and say thanks very much. We're leading 24-7. Oh, it's going to be a counter-attack though, just inside of the half. Hugo Keenan receives the kick. And now 8 seconds left in this first half. Taken down just inside of the half of Argentina, and they will be closing out this half with possibly at least a 17-point lead. That is going to be halftime. If they do decide to kick this one out, it looks like they're going for the cross kick. Oh, Balakloon in behind here. It's going into touch. And that is going to be halftime now, I believe. And we have got there very nice in the Borat voice as well. We have got there, and Black Cats taken six wickets for 140 and 16.2 overs. Great end by the Black Cats as well, says Coding here. Hopefully they can continue to play well throughout the later stages of that game. But yeah, they're doing pretty decently at the moment, which is great to see for the Black Caps. And now that is halftime. They are going off the field, and 24-7 is going to be the score there. I love him. I love the air that fills my lungs as well for Tyke Furlong as well. And Tyke Furlong is Ireland's best back, says Maurice. Tell you what, he runs like he is one. And anyone who tries to tell him otherwise, he'll probably try and challenge them to 100 meters and actually beat them. Ty Furlong, I'd love to know that man's 100-meter sprint, like, kind of speed, because I feel like it's not that much slower than some backs as well. Also, now a Borat account sounds good. Thank you. Says Big Ass Pork in the chat. A spork, a spoon and a fork combined, and good half overall. And I've been feeling under weather. I'm going COVID test tomorrow. Holding thumbs down. Holding thumbs negative as well. Says Kevin. Yeah, fingers crossed for you, mate. And hopefully it is all good in that regard. We have got their 70 cents of the Black Caps, says Jay. And also possession 36% for Argentina and 64% in favour of Ireland for this game. Tackles made 87 made by Argentina, 45 made by Ireland. They've had more running meters with the total of 312. And tell you what, 5 penalties conceded against Argentina actually isn't too bad. Overall, I would say that that's a good effort from them. Didn't mention it as well, says Sebastian in the chat as well. And Italy might not be good at rugby, but you should see their collection of wooden spoons as well, says Avila Hugo. I feel like at least in some regards, like I respect the fact that you're like taking it on the chin kind of thing, rather than being like, nah, everyone's just picking on us. You're like, yeah, we're not the best, but we're gonna be able. Like, that's the thing. Italy have potential, and that is what I find so exciting. They're about 14th or so in the world rankings, maybe a little bit higher, and about 13th. And I think that they can work their way maybe towards that top 10 if they can just find a little bit more form in the coming years as well. And every good rugby team needs a few farmers like Furlong as well, says Maurice there. How many points did Argentina leave on the field in the first half, says Irish one? At this stage, they did miss 2 penalty attempts. So, unfortunately, Emiliano Boffelli, I don't know what's happened with his kicking, but it just doesn't seem to go straight through the posts, unfortunately for him. And if he did get those kicks, like, it was going to be 13-17, which is a little bit closer, but Ireland once again showing their class as well. And we always got the OBK as well. And also great first half from the Shamrocks as well, says Kana Koinen. And also we have got there, thank you in the chat, says Kevin. And also we have got their Preach brother. And I feel sorry for Argentina. They've been on the road and in bubbles since last year. Argentina and South Africa really had a hard, long year this year as well, says Albie. Yeah, Argentina, like, that's the thing. I respect Argentina, like, thoroughly, because at the end of the day, since about that July tour or somewhere around there, even that's probably the latest time or the last time that they were actually in Argentina for more than just a little bit of time as well. So it is pretty rough for them, the fact that they just keep on being on the road. Like, they've just been everywhere and they don't complain. They don't, some teams, if you play that many games on the road, like, you start to get disheartened and you'd be like, right, we're just going out there, we're losing, and then we're going to leave. But Argentina are one of those sides that never quite give up. Like, you see during the national anthem every single time, like, there's still tears in the eyes of Thomas Lavanini. He sees the opportunity to play for Argentina and he takes it with both hands. And that is why I just find Argentina rugby so exciting and also so passion-fueled, because they are willing to just keep on going no matter what. We also got there. Looks like another Southern team being put to the sword as well, says David. Yeah, at this stage, Argentina, they're struggling a little bit. They scored the first try of the match 3 minutes in, and it was the try in the end, but it's going to be interesting. And Jay has said, I know you're famous YouTube famous when someone makes a fake account with your name as well, says Jay. Yeah, I've been getting told as well on the other channel. We got Borat in the chat who said, very nice, Ireland. I like that very much. I can't do a Borat impersonation, unfortunately, at this time of night, and I don't know what accent that was. But so far, Ireland, you would say that they are possibly the favourites to be able to win this match. From here, I'd say it's pretty comfortable. Possibly, but we will have to wait and see. But it's exciting because we are still going to get to see a little bit more rugby, 40 more minutes of internationals, and then it is going to be disappearing for a little while. Argentina have to have respect for that. Just get on with the attitude everyone else has lost as well, says Flesh, and exactly right. They just keep going, Argentina. And hey, Borat is here as well, says Katie Dixon. And also we have got there with the NZ Rugby Union as well, bringing Razor over the New Zealand summer, or will they bring in Razor or stick with Ian Foster? It's a tough one for them because I think they were hoping to have 4 or 5 wins on this tour, but now that they've got 3 and they lost one of those games pretty comfortably. In fact, you'd say relatively comfortably in 2 of those guns. Every game that they lost it by quite a margin. So this man on a stick, I'm going to have to put, rather than Zombie Stuart Hogg on that side, it's going to have to become maybe Razor We can switch between the coaches like the All Blacks may do, depending on how it goes. Smash that like button. It's free as well, says Jay. You heard the man. Yeah, and already. Be sure to hit that like button. I may even put 70 cents on the Black Caps. Although the problem with putting 70 cents on the Black Caps is I would have to top up my TAB account. And I don't really want to do that because then I'll probably just lose 70 cents. We have us together. We'd love to see an Ireland versus South Africa clash. That is the match that everyone does want to see. But unfortunately, they just seem to, it's almost like, I guess you could say it's similar to New Zealand versus England, how we don't get to see it very often at all, unfortunately. And I wish we got to see it a little bit more. As oh yeah, mate, the fake account was swiftly dealt with on that other channel, as says Jay there. And also we have got the other box still, or the box coach said that missing 2 years of rugby has stagnated them, so they couldn't advance their game like they would have liked. Thoughts as well, says LB. Yeah, it's been tough for the Springboks. The fact that their first kind of real series was that British and Irish Lions, and they were able to do decently in that series. They were able to win it 2-1, and what was their first real games in a long time. Like they had only played Georgia up to that point. 100 watching, 36 likes makes the numbers match. Y'all, I believe in you. As says Katie Dixon. Can we hit 50 likes before we get to the second half? Let's see if we can do it, ladies and gentlemen. Also, if you are new, sure to hit that subscribe button. It is hugely appreciated. Why would they sack Fozzie? They scored 100 against the USA, beat Wales record. Tries keep him as well, says Mark Dunphy. Or Mark Dunphy, hopefully I pronounced that correctly. Yeah, there seems to be, it's almost like 50-50 in terms of, like, for me, I am probably the wrong person to ask because I don't really look too much into the coaching side of it, I guess you could say. I'm more of the commentator. But 50% want Ian Foster to stay because of the records that the All Blacks have been breaking this year, and then 50% want it of becoming a mime inside of a box. But they are saying that 50% also want Scott Robertson or someone else to come in to try and, I guess, make it so that they're more dominant. But it's going to be an interesting situation to see what way. Oh, I was being sarcastic, says Mark. Although there is still, like last night on the live stream for France as well, there were still people saying Ian Foster should stay. And then there were people saying that Scott Robertson should be the man to go, and subtle sarcasm as well, says Katie Dixon. Ireland versus South Africa next year, hopefully, as well, says Assassin. I see that we have got a 3-match tour up against Ireland for the All Blacks, which is going to be pretty awesome and very nice. High fave as well, says Chalk Up. And also we have got their fun fact, they speak Welsh in Patagonia in Argentina, and also there is a Welsh settlement in Patagonia, province Argentina. That is a fun fact, thick boy. Do you have any Welsh sayings or Welsh that I could try and say, thick boy? Because I know that I tried to pronounce some one other time, and they could come to Dublin next year as well, says Gregor Galway. That would be awesome. If there was a game in Dublin between Ireland and South Africa, I would well and truly be happy with that. And also we have got there, from what I've seen so far, from what you've seen so far, who wins the Six Nations in a few months? Oh, okay. To be honest, straight away, I would say for myself, I would say it's between 3 sides for me. Oops, my pen just shot out of my hand. I would say for me, Ireland, they have been playing very well, and they will be one of those guys or one of those teams that could definitely contest for it. France and England are probably my other 2 sides who are right up there. I was edging towards Ireland before that game that France were able to beat the All Blacks by 15. But now Ireland, I feel like they seem like the safe option at this stage. I wish I could be there or out there playing today, says Johnny Six in there as well. Yeah, unfortunately, you keep getting injured though, mate. So you keep on disappearing. And also we have got there in the chat as well, Razor, could it be Wayne Smith, Ian Foster until after the Rugby World Cup, and where he could take over as well. And AB still lost the least amount of games of the top teams this year as well. And also Kiwis want Foster out because they can't handle the fact that top teams have closed the gap to them as well, says Kanakoin in there. And also you are correct. Yeah, I think it is that whole thing of they don't like the fact that there are a few close games that are happening recently. Like they're used to the All Blacks just being able to dominate everyone. But Northern Hemisphere rugby in the last kind of year or so, I feel it's come a long way. And like you're mentioning, they're closing that gap. And I think that makes a lot of Kiwis nervous. They're like, no, not allowed. So then they get all worried. But it's good. I like the fact that we're getting closely contested games. I don't mind a loss if it means that it will help improve the rugby in the Southern Hemisphere as well and build towards that World Cup, which will be just the kind of crescendo. Crescendo, that sounds like it's crashing down. The top endo of the thingy. Poppity Ping in the chat from Thick Boy. Poppity Ping, is that a Welsh saying? And that's awesome as well. It says it was Katie Dixon there. New Zealand beat a Wales seaside that papered out their cracks that were coming as well. Says Flesh, and also there's also an Afrikaans community in Argentina, like a whole new town or a whole town of them. Says LB there, and should have been Scott Robertson before Foster for the start as well. Robertson had a much better success record, and also we have got I had Grand Slams going through my head until yesterday with France and England winning, and France favourites, England second and Ireland third as well. And wish close games improve the refereeing as well. Says Bill, yeah, that's the thing. Like there has been the refereeing lately has been a bit shocking at times, and the worst thing is it's not even shocking in a consistent way. Like it's not the same decisions that they keep on getting, like kind of similarly. Is that a word? Similarly, it's not the same. It's not the same decisions that they are getting wrong. There we go. That's a little bit easier to say. Why wouldn't that roll off the tongue? Means microwave as well for Poppity Ping. Is that because of popcorn, thick boy, or is it just a coincidence? This Autumn Nation series is a wake-up call for the Southern Hemisphere as well, says Jody Sexton, and Hamish is glitching, and you nailed it. You're basically a Welshman now as well, says thick boy there. And more competitive teams is better for rugby overall, says Assassin. I 100% agree. And also similarly, learning words with Hamish as well. And yeah, refereeing needs huge improvements. Exactly, Hamish. A crescendo goes up as well. Says it was David. What's funny is Rennie said he'd never talk about refs and Beckenberry. And Backberry then comes out this week and Lambus the refs, and Rassi was correct, it seems. And Hamish, I'm worried, says the May 5 there. Yeah, words at 4 a.m. don't exist, it seems as well. Is that a real word? Can I coin in? Is that, that's that place, isn't it? Is that place that's like got a really like rough one and harsh way Wallabies lost? Yeah, it was a very rough one. And I know that it's caused quite a bit of an uproar in the rugby community for that game, but it just sucks that games like up till that point, like England versus South Africa, with how close that was, it was like pretty awesome to see that like it was that close. But then like Wales versus Australia was close for all the wrong reasons, if that makes sense. Like it was supposed to be a close game, and it was, but not in a close game that we wanted type thing. And Six Nations depends on who is coming away, who is home and away next year as well. And with New Zealand come the World Cup, they will lose a big one like England in 2019 to Japan as well. Says Stephen. Also, I will do your homework for a small fee as well. And also, we have got there. That's a beautiful stadium. Not going to lie, yeah. Aviva Stadium's absolutely awesome, and with the light show as well. That's the thing. At Stade de France, yesterday, the light show was absolutely incredible. Yes, it's a small town in North Wales. That's 54 letters long, and it is called Lanfair William Gover Wandro and Tracy go. How was that? And we have got that be right back, y'all, as well. And if you didn't back Rassi, you have no leg to stand on complaining about Australia game, in my opinion, as well, says LB. Yeah, that's the thing. A lot of people have actually, after that Australian game, actually gone, hang on, maybe Rassi was onto something. And it is just, that's the thing. He got actually suspended. I didn't comment too much on it yesterday because I wanted to wait and see whether or not he could contest it type thing. And Stade de France is stunning too, as well, says LB. Yeah, we actually had a couple clips from inside that stadium on our live stream yesterday. I think I still got them loaded in. It was actually an ex-All Black who sent them to us. It was absolutely awesome that he was at the game. And I am quickly going to show you guys that clip while we are waiting for these sides to make their way back out onto the field as well. Just so you guys can see that atmosphere and compare it to the Aviva Stadium that is sitting behind me as well.
Let's community, Hamish. Look at the stadium. Let's go, ABs.
Au Stade de France, la 10e Coupe du Monde de rugby de l'histoire débutera par France, Nouvelle-Zélande, ce soir.
See, like that stadium with the lights and everything is just absolutely it's just incredible the way that they have got it, like with the ceiling on it as well. It's very nice that maxi footage for the lovely stadium as well in specific. As well says Jay, and also we have got the Argentina should be 20 points. As well says Porter there, and Hamish, that was shocking. Says Kanakoinen as well. Yeah, it's probably not even close. Compared that I can't pronounce your name properly, Kanakoinen. It's probably, yeah, that one wouldn't have been too well with that one. It is the second half now getting underway. It's taken nicely by Ireland inside of their own 22 and now breaking off here. It's going to be Peter O'Mahony. He was upside down for a little bit of time, getting the blood racing to the head, and then he was ready to go. Joey Carberry there kicks it forward. Balakoon chasing it hard. Taken nicely by Santiago Carreras with a nice step, but he's dragged down by Tyke Furlong. Trying to get back to his feet with the counter ruck. It didn't work out for him, though. And the hands went down, so that is going to be the penalty to Argentina. Please tell me they're kicking this one for the corner, because they have already missed 2 penalty attempts. They need some more points on the board. We have got there in the chat as well. As I said, I'm jealous of the Northern Hemisphere stadiums, except the Scotland one. That one's ugly as well, says LB. And it's going to be awesome. Argentina, oh, sorry, not Argentina, not Scotland either. Tell you what, my names are all over the place. So every time I try and say a country, I say the wrong country. Gorgeous stadium as well, says Assassin there. There's a player down for Argentina. The thing is, like, South Africa having crowds back is going to be absolutely awesome for the URC. And I'm excited to see it. We are going to be commentating the URC games on the channel as well. We've got plenty of rugby coming up. And that's actually a train station in Wales. Just rolls off the tongue, that one as well. Says Thick Boy. And also we have got the upside down and spend upside down. And how many minutes per rugby game played does Peter O'Mahony spend upside down? And that's the thing. Ending up lying on the ground as well is probably adding to that total. And Crook Park Stadium in Dublin is another unreal stadium, bigger in capacity than State and Twickenham as well. And the refereeing was horrendous. They dish out cards like Sweeties as well. And I think they just need to find that, I guess, consistency across the board so that players do know, like, because at the moment it's going to the TMO and some things that look like it would be a penalty or a yellow card just aren't the same, like even in the same game, I guess you could say. And that is causing a lot of, I guess, just like inconsistency as well. And also we have the, did you say Crook Park as well, says is it Croke Park maybe for that one. And also we have got there in the chat as well. Still not full stadiums in South Africa though, but we are frothing for live sports. You know, we live for sports as well. Yeah, I have been told Cape Town is where I've got to go for a live game of rugby one day. It is going to be Argentina inside of the 22. Big hit there from Tyke Furlong on a prop for Argentina. Oh, he's made another tackle there, Tyke Furlong, and now straight on the ball there, Andrew Porter trying to get on it. Not quite able to though. Now, it is still going to be on the side of Los Pumas. Can they get themselves an early try like they did in the last half of the game? It was actually 3 minutes into that first half that they were able to score themselves their first one. And Crook Park? Did you say Crook Park? Is it Croke Park? Maybe, if I'm not wrong. It's actually 82,300. That's a huge stadium. Indeed, and now at the stage it is going to be Thomas Lavanini driving his way forward once again here for Argentina. Good phase play. Up to 8 phases here. Good tackle from Henshaw, though. Trying to stop this momentum. Colin Scobelli goes back now. Geronimo Della Fluente. Bit of space opening up for Lucio Cinti, the 7-star. And Balakoon able to drag him down. Ball bouncing out the back. It's very nicely there, or has he? Just in touch. And also ref playing Uno in Cardiff last night as well. Says chalk up some purchase in Cape Town. For any sport, mate, we fill up any stadium. And also we have got there, you have a better established mustache than Blaisdell. Don't tell him I said that. I was never here. I do not exist as well. And I believe you told me last time that you, of course, if Blaise asked, you don't speak any English, was the reasoning. And also Croke Park is an ugly looking stadium, my least favorite of the Northern Hemisphere stadiums as well. And we have got their real holographic simulated Lincoln is back, as well as the name there. I feel like I do not know that meme / joke, but that's okay. We got Robbie Henshaw now with the ball here for Ireland, and it is going to be a forward pass here. So it is going to be now Argentina, who have got the scrum feed once again, trying to trap Ireland inside of their own 22 here for the early stages of the second half. Those South African stadiums were purposely designed for rugby. They're amazing as well, and no English correct as well, says Jay. And also we have got there, I'm sad Newlands isn't used anymore though. That was the home of rugby in Africa. And also, well, I wasn't too far, but I won't be full at the moment. Kanakua and as well, says Florian there. But now it is an important moment in the game for Argentina here. They need to make sure that they can get themselves in a good position. I do see India were able to get themselves 184 for 7 after these 20 overs. So the Black Cats, they're going to need a decent effort to chase down that many runs, but they're a capable side, the Black Cats, and they will have to really work hard to try and get themselves in a good position. Now going to the left-hand side here for Argentina. Looking to the short side, it will be the quick hands there into the hands of Lucio Cinti. Close to the touchline. Does he put the arm out? No, he's done extremely well to still stay in the field of play. Argentina have had the ball for the full 4 minutes of the second half so far, and they are not keen to stop attacking. They want to try and wear down the Irish. It's going to be very tough to do because Ireland, they have got stamina for days, and they have also got an extremely strong bench that they will be going to a little bit later on. It is still available here for Thomas Kubeli. Trapped on an Argentinian player's legs was the call there. Straight on the ball, though. Peter O'Mahony with a hands down first. It's an advantage. And now it's a penalty to Argentina. They need to kick it for the corner once again. Good morning, folks. How are things as well, says Neil. I am absolutely buzzing, mate. Thank you very much for tuning in. We have got one last game, this one here, of international rugby until we are back into, I guess you could say, provincial rugby and also all of that kind of thing for the competitions around the world. Top 14, Gallagher Premiership, and also the URC going to be coming back. All those penalties in the 22, maybe a yellow coming soon as well, says LB. It certainly could be getting closer and closer, but Argentina going for the corner here once again. Black Caps need to score 185 runs as target to win the match. Can they do it? Give prediction, Hamish, as well, says Coding. No, I don't think they'll be able to chase down 185. I think it benefits them going second for their innings, but I think it's going to be maybe that they get around that 180 mark, unless they do have someone just to absolutely fire from the start, like Martin Guptill. If he hits a whole heap of runs in a hurry, it is going to be Bertrano now making his way out on the field for Thomas Kubeli, and then also Gallo making his way off the field here in the front row. And you're doing the URC. How are you watching it? Sky doesn't show it. CBF are paying for another subscription as well, says LB's. Yeah, pretty much. I had to buy Spark Sport so that I could watch the URC as well. So I have got Spark Sport alongside my Sky Sport account so that I can kind of do both of those ones. That is not a good straight there, or not a good throw, I should say, from Argentina. Nowhere near straight, but Josh van den Fleur now. Very good carry forward up to the 25. And now it's stolen in the breakdown, though, for Argentina. They've been able to take it straight back now to the hands of the number 6. Pablo Matera would normally be 6, but instead, it's another penalty against Ireland for not rolling away. And that seems to be, at this stage, about the 6th penalty for Ireland, only about 30 metres out from their own line or closer. And it was Andrew Porter that time who was penalised, kicking it for the corner once again here, Argentina, 10 metres out. But unfortunately, Julian Montoya just got that one extremely wrong. You know that it's not a good throw when your own man has to reach towards your side and almost can't quite get a fingertip to it. We also got the Argentina line out as a worry, says LB as well. And yeah, mate, Martin Guptill is a legend as well, says David Taylor. So if he can get a good start in that one, and also this is where, it's gone over the top once again there for Argentina. Good step from it was Ronan Keller. He almost looked like he led with the forearm there at Gonzalo Bertrano. But now it is going to be Conor Murray putting up the box kick. Balakoon trying to line it up. Has he taken it almost? It's gone backwards though. So now they do play on, and he's going here. The big replacement, number 19. He's got pace for days here, using the step as well. Oh, it's a great tackle on him though. Tell you what, it was brilliant from the number 19. I'm trying to think of his name. It was the Leinster second rower. I have got it down as Tyke Byrne, but I don't think it was. But now at this stage, it is Robbie Henshaw making his way through the middle. They have called it as a maul. So Thomas Lavanini, not a maul, a tackle. So they is not allowed to contest. Galen Doris now driving his way forward. Ireland all of a sudden stepping up into 6th gear. Peter O'Mahony passing it across. He is the number 6. So that was ironic timing, but now passing it back once again. Conor Murray, Keller lined up in a good tackle by Lavanini. And also Sinti trying to slow down the Irish, but once they smell blood, they keep going back. Ty Furlong with the offload. Conor Murray dropped the ball, but it went forward of the Argentine end. And they might be checking this one. Is it a deliberate knockdown? Yeah, and also we've got the Henshaw as well. And hey, brother, how you do as well. Hope you're well. Says Katie Dixon to now. And now a bit of push and shove here. Andrew Porter's just getting pushed around like he is in the middle of a pushing circle there. And Ireland are dirty well as well, says LB. And now at this stage, it is going to be. Okay, Peter O'Mahony has been told to take his players and go a little bit further away while they do decide on this one. Julian Montoya and Conor Murray just having a bit of a chat there. Attention's starting to run a little bit higher in this one, but Tyke Furlong, he is a very dangerous player when he does get going. Also, the number 19, who's only just made his way out onto the field, just kept on running. And also another number 19 who is making his way out there. It is going to be now Guido Petti making his way off the field. And I believe, my lineups are completely wrong for this game. I've got them written down, and I believe that whoever told me these lineups in terms of the website has been lying, and they were just making it up. And bring back the biff, says Jay there. Okay, so they are just having a chat to both of the captains, telling everyone to kind of calm the tensions down. So they're checking whether or not this one was knocked down deliberately from an Argentine player. And I would say it was by Pablo Matera. So now at this stage, this could be a yellow card the way that they have been refereeing the other ones. He swiped it out of the hand there of Connor Murray. Is he going to be going to the bin? I believe that will be a yellow card there for Pablo Matera, the way that he went. And that is something that Argentina, I mentioned earlier on, their discipline. They haven't had too many penalties against them in this game, but it is going to be a yellow card that could cost them a lot. Whereas the Superfigure commentary as well says here, I decided for this one, since it is just the one match that we are covering on the channel, that I wouldn't get too dressed up straight away, even though normally the suit is for those big matches, and this is certainly a big match, as it is the last international fixture that we have got for a long time. But I decided that a hoodie I would be a little bit more comfortable, I guess you could say, and for this one we have got there. Isn't it funny how last week the Irish operated with a Swiss watch, but now they've dropped down a gear as well, says David. And also we have got there going by yesterday, calls that fair play as well, says LB. Like a Swiss watch. I haven't seen a Swiss watch, but are they very good, David? I assume that is, because they played extremely well last week. They are saying deliberate knockdown. Okay, yellow card to Pablo Matera here, and keep it breezy and comfy. 100% agree as well as they're seeing there. And also my take on yesterday's South Africa England game. Let's not yell hallelujah too soon. The Box made terrible decisions, and on top of that, Pollard was MIA as well. Says Neil, yeah. The kicking once again from South Africa probably let them down a little bit. Pollard, he wasn't able to strike it too well, and then Elton Yankees. I mean, I felt bad for him for his first kick because it was right from the sideline, but overall, I think like that game could have gone either way right up till the wire. It just seemed like at the end of the day, England got that one extra one that was able to get them over the line. Ref yesterday gave a penalty, or gave that a play on today as a yellow card, but Rassie was wrong as well. Says LB there, but now Joey Carberry going to be lining up this one. Been kicking very nicely so far today. 4 from 4 for that man. And this one's a nice one straight out in front, about 15 out. And this one will be going over, and Ireland will get themselves a 20-point lead. So that will give them a little bit more confidence, but Argentina, they will be quite disheartened by that. They've got a yellow card, and also they were on attack for the first 5 minutes of this half and couldn't break through that strong Irish defense. And even with a couple line-out throws, but saying that, those 2 line-out throws, they were not straight, and that is what was costing them a little bit. But 27 points to Ireland now, and 7 to Argentina. Anyone who is following the Black Caps for their cricketing journey in India, 2-0 at the moment in that series, but the last game here, India did bat first, and they were able to get themselves 184 runs. So now the Black Caps have to try and chase that down in the 20 overs. It's going to be tough for them, but they will be working hard. It was a nice offload there from Peter O'Mahony. The hands of Balakoon was able to take it, but now at this stage, they have got the ball back here, Ireland. They are going to be putting it back in the pocket to James Lowe. He's got a strong left boot, plenty of distance, and now just outside of their 22 here, the Pumas are looking for a kick of their own. It's a decent kick down field. Carrera straight to Joey Carberry, though, inside of the 22, and now he is putting up the kick and chase. Oh, changing your line, mate. That's going to be a penalty. No, they haven't given a penalty for that. He well and truly changed his line, the big prop. Now they're going back for it. Had to be. That had to be. We have got their go home as well, says Alejandro. And also we have got their worth a sneaky 70 cents as well, says Jay. Is that on Argentina, mate, or is that on Ireland? Do let me know. And also Argentina's discipline has always been their weakness as well. And also Swiss watches are the exceptional Swiss quartz comes to mind as well, says David. And also I agree with you, agree with what you said, but some England fans think the 2023 World Cup is in the bag. Rude awakening coming as well, says Neil. Yeah, I feel like for any team, like the World Cup is still 2 years away, so it's going to be very tough to know exactly where these teams are going to be. Like France will be an up-and-coming team at that stage on the Black Caps, mate, says Jay. And it is going to be shared going on. Also, Craig Casey making his way out there, and Harry Byrne. How much money do I have in my TAB account? 0. Do I put 70 cents on the Black Caps for you, Jay, to see if I can make my 70 cents back from the other day? That will be the only time I top up my TAB account, though. Balakoon now going back with Robbie Henshaw with a nice carry forward. Passing it back there, Craig Casey. Nice run forward straight away from Sheehan, who's already made his way out onto the field here. Now, once again, going forward, and it is going back nicely for Ireland. Good tackle there on Henshaw, but Balakoon with a nice step. Still driving their way for Casey. Once again, goes to Harry Byrne. Only just made his way out on the field. Perhaps gets a little bit more game time now that they are going to be having Johnny Sexton injured for a little bit longer. Good offload there from Doris Tighe. Furlong just shunts a man off, but he drops the ball as well in the process. And now it is going to be Argentina who have got the scrum fee. We have also got there. What are they paying? They are paying currently, they are $3 underdogs and are slimmerly, as I said, Porta. I can't say that word to save myself, can I? At the moment, also we have got there about the Swiss watches. I mean, that's the thing. I've always been I think the last time I had a watch was when I was about 10. But I feel like a watch would be quite handy. I'm considering maybe getting like a Apple Watch or a Fitbit or something, which I feel like Fitbit would be slightly useless because I don't go outside much. And then so probably the Apple Watch would be slightly useless because I don't go outside as well. So maybe I don't get a watch just yet. But now at this stage, 15 meters out from their own line here, the Pumas are going to have the scrum feed now. And it is going to be a very important one. The big front row of Ireland, a couple changes they have already made, will be trying to push hard here. And also the yellow card will be affecting Argentina. I believe they just scrimmaged with only the 7 men, and now they have still got this ball. So they have got the disadvantage of 1 man in the bin for the next 7 or so minutes here at a cereal box watch. Was it as well as luck of the Fryish? The Fryish. I feel like it was probably not quite a cereal box watch, but it was probably like a $5 watch or something. I want to see Furlong score a try so bad as well as Assassin. And good to see subs getting proper time to play. Last two Irish managers, Smith and Declan Kidney, used to bring on lads with a minute to go as well, says Maurice. And that's something I did see for Sam Simmons in the series. Beautiful backline there for Ireland. And Gary Ringrose dragged down in the midfield. Now looking to the short side once again. There, little kick behind from Harry Byrne hasn't worked out. Emiliano Boffelli has got that ball back for Argentina on their own 22. It's called as inside, so they will be allowed to kick this one for the touchline once they do create that angle. Julio Montoya dragged down there nicely by Ireland. Now fired back from Berrano, and it will be kicked for the touchline. Good clearance there from Argentina. Taking it quickly, though, was Robbie Henshaw. They've decided they want to keep on playing this game at pace. Ireland now, James Lowe looks for the 50-22. Doesn't quite get all of it, though, and it is inside of the 22 of the Pumas now. And now this time, he has kicked that one for touch, and he struck that one nicely. And there is no chance of the quick line out. We have got there in the chat. Why don't Argentina bring on Messi as well? In the chat says Jack Lewis. And also Argentina used to have players with massive boots. Where did they go as well? Says LB. I mean, that's the thing. They've got a few good players. I know that Augustine Creevy is actually still playing rugby. He's actually at London Irish in the Gallagher Premiership doing all right. Burger King or Hungry Jacks as well. Says JA there. And also we have got there in the chat. Does anyone remember those sweet Jurassic Park watches that Burger King used to sell as well? And watches don't have the importance in New Zealand like they used to as well, especially when the advent of cell phones as well. Yeah. That's the thing. I feel like now with the phones, like the amount of technology that they've got going forward with phones and whatnot, you almost don't need a TV or anything now. And nowadays, like soon your microwave will be part of your phone as well, and you'll just be able to cook food with your phone. That would be a safety hazard. Don't write that down, Apple. Steve Jobs, if you're watching this, do not make a phone that has a microwave because that would not be a smart idea. It's still an advantage here for Ireland. Wide flat out passes, and it's gone out, but it's going back for the penalty. For the knock on, I believe it was. And also we have got there, as long as it tells you the correct time, cheap or not, as well as says lack of the Fryish. Sorry. And also I don't wear watches because I always end up scratching the glass as well, says LB. I think for me, I always end up having it too tight and then probably end up like almost just losing circulation in my hand, which probably just means I need to let it down a latch, but I always end up, I don't want it jiggling around. So I always end up having it like super duper tight. But now at this stage, it is going to be Joey Carberry looking for the touchline here once again. So they actually ended up bringing on Harry Byrne for, I believe, maybe Hugo Keenan might have been the man who was taken off their watches. Outdated these days. Everyone uses their phones anyway. Yeah, I think most people who do have the watches is more of the, I guess you could say, a fashion accessory. A lot of people, unless it is one of those ones that you do actually still, because I guess a watch can be handy depending on the profession you're in. Like maybe it's just easier to go like that. If you're not allowed on your phone, perhaps you just go, oh, yeah. That's the time. And now at this stage, it is going to be Sheehan with this line out throw. Gets it nice and straight down the middle. And now they are once again marching forward here with the rolling ball. They haven't had a rolling ball for a little while here, Ireland, and they are looking to try and get this one going. They've got the advantage as well. Craig Casey now fires it back to Henshaw. Cross kick opportunity. Ballacloon too much on that one. And it's gone into touch. And also we have got the, I used to work at BK when I moved to Murica as well. Dark times. Says Mike, and I live in Perth. I'm about 3 months behind the rest of the world. So it's the sundial as well, says Jay there. And also, I love to wear watches, though I am so worried. Also, I am so used to nothing on my arm, it'll feel weird as well, says LB there. And also, I'd still won't complain wearing a Rolex as well. And they're Rolex. I feel like I said that very weird. Rolex. Is it roll or Rolex? Do let me know. And also, I don't wear watches because I like my wrists to weigh the same as well, says Katie Dixon. So you'd have to put one on each wrist, I guess, and then having 2 watches, I feel like would be a bit of an overkill. Unless you have it on 2 different time zones, maybe. But now the States are rolling more once again for Ireland, starting to go forward here. And they are working hard. It just seems like Argentina might be starting to tire because they are still creeping forward here. Craig Casey's asking for it at the back. Gives it to Henshaw, first receiver. Oh, great tackle on him, though. Holding him up a metre short. Where's Furlong? There he is. No, they've got it. James Lowe tried to drop his head instead. Now Furlong takes it on. Can he get over? No, he can't. It is going to be the advantage for them. Peter O'Mahony inches from the line once again. All of the big forwards, you can see them all just flying. Josh Van den Fleur. The ref hasn't decided. The ref blew the whistle. Has he scored? He's going upstairs. We have got their Rolex as well. Says Alaka the Fryish and also sausage roll as well. And roll for the sausage roll. And also, if you get a watch, Hamish, don't forget to wear it on your left wrist. Woman on the right as well. Says that David there. So we'll have to remember it's that side. It also looks like a try. Says Assassin. Yeah, he drove his way over. Josh Van den Fleur puts it. Yep, that's a try. And Van den Fleur going to get himself his second try of this match so far. He's been playing phenomenally here for the Irish. And now 56 minutes in, and they have been able to score themselves another try with a man advantage still for a little bit longer here for Ireland. So that is not very good news for Argentina, who are starting to tie. We have got there not Subaru as well. It's Sabaru. Or Sabaru, says Phil, instead of Subaru. And also we have got there a watch on each arm is the upper echelon of fashion as well. And also we have got there Josh is going for the hat-trick. Perhaps they can get it as well. I believe, actually, now that I think about it, was it him in the URC? Was it the URC? One of the competitions, a man came on the field, and I think it was actually him. He scored a hat-trick in about 8 minutes or something like that. Was it Josh Van den Fleur? Can anyone remember? And can anyone let me know if that is exactly who it was? But I remember there was a player who scored a hat-trick in about 5 or so minutes and just kept on scoring. Shepherd's Pie and Yum Lamb as well says it was Jay there. And also we have got the what's up with that as well, says Katie. And also, says Katie Dixon there. And Food Talk. Oh, I do like Food Talk. And also yesterday it was Shepherd's Pie from boarding school. Today BK as well. I need to stay away from here as well, says Mike there. Now the stage, it is going to be Marcos Crema making his way off the field. Been playing well throughout the early stages, but Fulcando Isa, he is a dangerous individual. And now also back to 15 men here for Argentina. Taken nicely there by, it was Sheehan, I believe. No, sorry, it was actually Harry Byrne who was able to take that. Porter has been replaced by, it was Cian Healy. And also now they were able to make another sub there for Ireland. Now Argentina going for the little chip and chase here. It's looking good here for Emiliano Boffelli. Takes it nicely there. That was a big hit there on Cian Healy as he made the tackle. Now it is in the side of the Pumas. They need a try and they need it soon. If they want any chance of being able to win this game, they will need one probably in the next kind of 2 minutes or so. I bought a Rolex watching the market in Singapore for $150. It was part of the letter R broke off, and then I realized I've been ripped off as well, says David. Yeah, I believe I think I've got something from Bali. It was an All Blacks t-shirt, and I know that it wasn't an All Blacks genuine t-shirt because it was like $5, but now Pablo Matera goes back. Gonzalo Bertrano working their way forward here for the Pumas. They're up to 7 phases at this stage. The ball has been dropped, though. Went backwards, and now once again sitting up Sinti with a good run, and he has been relatively quiet, but when he does get the ball in hand, he has been able to make a few meters, but Ireland's defense, it's just not letting them through. Cian Healy, as well as Cian with a K. Okay, thank you very much for that help with the pronunciation. So it's Cian, not Cian. I will remember that one. But now at this stage, it is going to be 22 meters out at the moment. Going back once again here, the Pumas short ball there. Nice run from Argentina. Fulcando Isa was. Bertrano fires it back, and they just need to find a way through this Irish defense. That's a dirty penalty. And Matthias Alemano might end up going to the bin here. Up and away, they have said that was just a little bit too far back. And also we have got there in the chat as well. That's probably not where real Rolex watches live as well. And also we have got there in the chat another yellow coming. It certainly is. It did not look too good. Okay, he is just getting told off a little bit here, Peter O'Mahony, for his behaviour towards the referee. But they're going upstairs. Thomas Lavanini. Talked about him in the national anthem, how he does show a lot of passion out on the field, but he does also at times show a lot of stupidity. And that is something that he has done. He's flown in from about 20 meters back and just cleaned up the man in the breakdown. And they are just going to be checking this one as well. We also got that DF someone's pressed as well. I know double mics as well. Oh, so we got 2 mics there in the chat by the looks of it. Oh, that looked ugly. Because the worst thing is he entered from the side. And the worst part of it is, well, the best part of the scenario is it was Kian Healy. And the reason I say that is so that I can say that his name is Kian and I can get that pronunciation worked out. But he got the shoulder to the head. This is going to be at least a yellow, if not red here. Attacking the player, nowhere near the ball. Direct contact might be a red as well as they Aviva full. It's looking pretty full at the moment, Mr. Clean, and it's looking like a pretty awesome atmosphere. I think it's going to be a red card the way that he came in. Bad tackle on Healy as well, says Assassin. And the question is, which mic is the real mic as well? And Phil has put there with the thumbs up, the laughter emoji, so I did get it right. Yeah, that's just shoulder charge from the side of the breakdown, yellow, or sorry, red card there. It's got to be for Matthias Alimano. And we also got there, oh, sorry, Thomas Lavanini. I'm the real one as well, said Mike there. And also with the real me, please stand up as well, says Mike there in the chat. And also, I guess it's and this isn't, after all, a good weekend for the Southern Hemisphere. And also, it's a red card. And Thomas Lavanini, he is going off there. He's trying to catch up with Marcos Kremer with the amount of reds and yellows that man has got, let's be honest, if not an Argentina game without their number 5 getting a red. The worst thing is, it's true. Like him or Marcos Kremer get a yellow or a red card in every single game that they play. And will the real Mike Shady please stand up as well, says Jay there. And yep, red, says Assassin Carter. So now they're going to have to make another sub, bringing on their number 18. And they're going to have to be playing with only their 14 men for the rest of the field or rest of the game. That's kind of summing up Argentina's unfortunate season for them. At times they just make bad decisions and it does cost them players. But that one will go there. I'm flattered and a bit confused. Go Ireland as well. And the fake one will spam as well, says Mike there in the chat. They are both Mike, aren't they? It's interesting. We've got a few mics and we've got a few bikes. Hey. That was my pathetic attempt at a rap, and I nailed it. That was my rap pose. Gangster. But now at this stage, that's going to be Craig Casey goes back. Robbie Henshaw. If you didn't cringe there, I am wondering how that did not happen. But now passing the ball back once again for Ireland. Robbie Henshaw still going forward nicely here. And they are working hard. It's going to be a big contact there for Ireland. Tyke Byrne has just been throwing himself at the line throughout this whole match so far. Once again, going back, and Harry Byrne now getting the carry. And they are just working hard here, Ireland, continuously putting together phases, getting that back line set. Carberry tackled hard and straight on the ball there. Pablo Matera puts her hands down, though, and a player went flying. I believe it was Peter O'Mahony and the captain of Argentina. They are both kind of going at each other, and now we are going back for the penalty once again here, by the looks of it. Oh, no, sorry, a scrum to Argentina there for the knock-on. It was in the number 18 who did end up just knocking that ball on a little bit, which is unfortunate for him. Okay, lots of noise is the call there. We've got there the fake one will spam in the chat from Mike, but there we go. And also we got there, guess someone's mad at me as well, says Mike. It's not you personally, it's just the fact that they want to feel like they're someone, but they don't have a lot of friends. Like, the thing is, it wasn't too hard to work it out because, like, there was earlier on, like you mentioned about working at BK and whatnot. So I was like, oh, okay, that one is Mike. And also we have got there, and that concludes that as well. And the red card is an embarrassment, as well, says Mike there in the chat. And also, oh, sorry, Mark there in the chat. And Mike the Muppet says, Jay, only the fake Mike. The real Mike's all right. He's decent. Mike Otis. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. And also we have got there Kisses Katie. Lol, cheers as well. And also we've got there Mahoney. You watch too much Police Academy films as well. Is it not pronounced Mahoney? Peter O'Mahony. Have I got that one wrong too, Phil? Do let me know. I'm trying to think of how you would say it in an Irish accent. No, I could just keep on going. We have got there next year, the Southern Hemisphere with the Northern Hemisphere in their place. So their cookie attitudes will disappear as well. Going to be exciting. Oh, there's a wicket already in the cricket, and it's Daryl Mitchell gone. And that one is going to be taken nicely here by Argentina once again. 40 meters out. They are trying to build up the phase play here for themselves. And it wrestled down once again. It is important that Argentina, they cross the line maybe one more time in this game. Marcos Crema. No, sorry. It's actually the number 18. Recently made his way out onto the field. I believe it is Gallo now kicked him behind here. For them bouncing up there. Nicholas Sanchez was the man who put in the kick. Carberry is opposite number here. Starting to break the line there. Joey Carberry still going. Great run from him. 35 meters out now from the Irish line. Fired back to Byrne. Got a long boot, finding a bit of space in behind, but taken nicely by Argentina. Nicholas Sanchez now returning the kick. And we also got there in the chat as well with a laughing emoji from Phil. And also we have got there, this is a poor Ireland performance as well, says Reddy. They will be a little bit disappointed that they haven't been able to capitalise on the amount of chances that Argentina have given them. But then Argentina also will be disappointed with the fact that they haven't been able to turn out. It's honey. It is O'Mahony. O'Mahony. Is that right, Mark? O'Mahony. Is that it? O'Mahony is in the chat. And way too slow around the ruck as well. Says already, and now it's going to be Bellick. Oh, that's high. It's going to be another card there. Oof, lucky as well. O'Mahony. As I can see, you cruising the main streets of Waimea being gangsters, says David. And also, Glee again, and glad the fake Mike has gone. Don't know where he might turn up next as well. Says like the Friars, and also we have got the laughing from Phil and O'Mahony as well. And also we have got the have you tried restarting Irish? I feel like I need a flash kind of restart in a second, but that's going to be okay. I think it's just a penalty. So luckily, I guess Argentina is still on 14. O'Mahony, you've got it as well. Says it was marked there, and but say it quicker, and you got it as well. Says Marisa, it's O'Mahony. Hopefully I've got that right, but it was in the end for Kando Izu tackled just a little bit high, and you can see the coach, he is stressed out at the moment. I've got there as well. Have you tried unplugging your Hamish and then plugging him back in? So maybe I need that shock pen. Just shock myself and wake myself up well and truly for it. But now it is going to be off the back once again here for Ireland. Good carry from Robbie Henshaw, throwing himself hard at the Pumas line. Now Tyke Byrne getting another carry in this one. He's been busy throughout this game. He's been working tirelessly for the Irish side. Now Sheehan gets the carry. Craig Casey goes back. And it is going to be a good carry forward for another man who's played well. Gary Ringrose getting closer and closer. Kean Ely helping him a little bit closer to the line. Casey now quick hands there. Now it lands. It was going to be number 20. Passing it back there. Craig Casey. Kean Ely, can he get over the line? He does. Oh, did he score it? Yes, he did. Kean Ely. That is the name. Kean with a K. He has scored it, but his name's spelled with a C, but it's pronounced K. Kean Ely. Another prop has been able to score the try there for Ireland. Here we go. We had that one 65 minutes, and they've got the man advantage still. Are they checking this one? I don't believe so, so it is going to be the try. And Kean Ely has been able to score it. No, they're checking it. They are checking it. Maybe he hasn't got control of it. We'll have to wait and see an O'Mahony as well. Says a Phil, and also we have got there is O'Mahony from John and Kean Ely, and say John Olomu with passion as well. Says an assist. Oh, sorry, Johan Lomu. Is it Johan that we're talking about? Oh, yeah, it's got their soup. Sounds very delicious as well. Kean Ely, the hobby master as well, and he lost that, says LB. Oh, you might have actually fumbled that one. Oh, no. Kean Ely, I said his name 50 times, and he still hasn't scored it. We're going to have to take that one back from Kean Ely, but I've got the pronunciation down, so that is the main thing. Lost control of the ball. That's going to be the no try there, and they are going to be taking that one back by the looks of it. Yeah, it's got there O'Mahony in the chat from John, and also Furlong next, hopefully, and also a positive space. And is there anything Kean Ely can't do? He plays row rugby, he paints portraits, he makes his own knives. I mean, he's legendary. How do you make your own knife? I guess, is that like with a grinder or something? No try. Oh, wait, he lost it. as well. And you keep saying O'Mahony as well. So it's O'Mahony. Is it? O'Mahony. No, I can't say it anymore. Luckily, he's off the field. It saves me from embarrassing myself too much more. But he's made his way off the field, the captain. Or has he? No, Robbie Henshaw's off the field. Is O'Mahony still out there similarly as well? Says Jay. And also we have got the way of Ireland in the space of a week reverted back to boring direct rugby players. Direct running into fist man as well, says Reddy, and not quick offloading. Yeah, that's one thing they did very well up against the All Blacks was they kept on moving the ball. And they also, like that backline that they used, it was very crisp. And it kept on going, Mahoney. He hasn't got the ball at the moment, but it is instead going to be Sheehan breaking off. Has he got it this time? Yes, he does. And he gets it instead. Another front rower. Nearly once bumped Richie McCourt to the moon as well there. So a different front rower has been able to score the try. And it was Sheehan who was able to score it. Dan Sheehan, I believe it is. We all go like that as well. There we go. Sheehan has been able to score it in the 66 minutes. So it took them an extra minute, Ireland, but they were still able to get that try that they so heavily desired. And that is going to now give them just a little bit more of a lead in this game. The rolling maul, it's been strong for Ireland throughout this whole match. And it looks like maybe that's not going to be the last rolling maul that they do score as well. And Mahoney will kill you, stop saying it as well. So that we always got there with it similarly at the end. And also why people saying boring rugby, do people not want different styles of rugby? Do people want everyone to play the same rugby? And good try, Yenar, as well, says Phil. And we want flair as well, says Reddy. And also we have got the O'Mahony similar put it on the QLed shirt, says Katie Dixon. Well, Ireland really breaking away here. And also we have got there say mini in the chat from Narcissus. That one has gone over straight down the middle there. So now Ireland, they are sitting on 41 points. As Narcissus sending my love as well. Says Jay Hayes there in the chat. He is indeed. He is here for this live stream. We are currently sitting at this stage 4:51 a.m. here in New Zealand, but I feel like my day has only just started. Strangely making that statement because I did end up getting up at 1:45 after the massive night of live streams that we did do last night. We did 4 international fixtures back to back to back. We are going to be doing the URC, the top 14, the Gallagher Premiership, the international sevens that are coming up. And be sure to hit that subscribe button if you are new. And also leave a like on this live stream. I'm not sure how many we're sitting on, but let's see if we can push towards 70 by the end of this live stream. For Kandoiza now with the carry. Gonzalo Bertrano looking to the short side. Sanchez, Pablo Matera nailed in the tackle there by Joey Carberry, muscling up with the big loose forward. He looks like he's got a little bit of cramp maybe in the leg there, Carberry. Been putting in a shift for Ireland. Bertrano now once again goes back to Sanchez now. Good draw and pass. And it is going to a different number 6 whose name is not O'Mahony. O'Mahony? O'Mahony. Is it O'Mahony? Maybe it's O'Mahony. I don't know why I go for so long, but Balakoon with a bit of a juggle, but he has been able to still hang on to that one for Ireland. Ringrose now back into the hands of James Lowe. He has been relatively quiet throughout this game. He did take a high ball that did lead to about the second try of the match, though, for Ireland. And Josh Van den Fleur already scoring himself too. Juggled there. Rare mistake from Tyke Byrne that we're not used to seeing. Fair play, and it's a penalty there for Argentina. It was a knock on, but now they have decided to take it quickly, and Argentina trying to up the tempo here. Good draw and pass back into the hands of the man at number 13, Matthias Maroney. I haven't seen him throughout the game. I don't think I've said his name yet. Wakando is a drag down there by Tyke Byrne, the man who originally dropped the ball. Pablo Matera now still making their way forward as the captain of Argentina drop into the knee. But they are 40 meters out at the moment here, Argentina, and they want one more try in this game. Argentina have only got the one so far. Can the Pumas pick themselves up? Another Bertrano goes to the short side. Nicolas Sanchez is stagnant at the moment here for Argentina. The defense of Ireland is right there. Tyke Byrne gets over the ball and says, thanks very much. I'll be having that one back. Thanks. And now it is going to be available for them. Winners, South Africa part of the URC coming on. I guess I'll have to get sparked for. It is actually, that's a good run from Joey Carberry. I'll come back to that in a very short moment, but it seems like it could be a try. It's going to be O'Mahony who has been able to get that one. Now passing it back out the back line, Gary Ringrose. Getting the carry up towards the 22 of the Pumas. It's going to be a wide cutout ball from Byrne. James Lowe kicking behind Balakoon, trying to stop it from going out, but it has Maroney. Is that Matthias Maroney? Says Phil. Also, we have got there. I still see him on there, though. But pretty much it is going to be in this situation of the next time that we do see the South African League, or the first time we see the South African League, is actually next weekend, or this weekend now. And we have got there similarly should be a word as well. And also we have got there that belongs on a shirt. That word would make Wales blush as well. And I would say, oh Mahoney. His name is going to annoy me. I'm probably going to listen to how to pronounce his name for about 50 times after this live stream and just go to sleep listening to O'Mahony. And then in the morning, I'll be able to pronounce it as well. We have also got there in the chat, and also we have there, here it is as well. And so we have also got there in the chat a little bit earlier on. I am getting so ready for the Kiwi Lads merch. I'm just going to harass Hamish and Georgia until they either finally relent or throw me in jail as well. Says Katie Dixon, can we have merch? I'm dying as well, says the May 5. And also we have got there, try this, Hamish, Maoni. Is it Maoni? Maoni. I sound Scottish. Maoni. Is it Maoni though? Is it Maoni? Maoni. I don't know why my voice goes so soft when I say it. Maoni. And the Kiwi Lads needs to update the scoreboard as well. Says ready. One moment we will go like this. There we go. It has gone up to 41. Now this stage, it is going to be in the hands of Argentina. And now a lot of pressure there on Nicolas Sanchez. Has been able to kick it for the touchline though, but now it's going to be another rolling maul attempt for them. Only about 10 meters out. It's 41-7 as well. And also what there's two Philip Bradshaws here as well. Says Phil, yeah, pretty much it will be someone trying to impersonate you pretty much. But that happens overall. But we have got there as well. But it is the purple Philip that we have got. That is a little bit of the imposter, I guess you could say as well there. And just coincidental. I was got there was what was the best match yesterday? I only saw highlights. Would pick France versus New Zealand. France played very well. I know that a lot of people enjoyed England versus South Africa as well, with the fact that it was so close. And say top of the morning in an Irish way as well, says a narcissist. I feel like people from Ireland would hate me if I did do that. But now this stage, it is going to be Ireland once again. Got the ball and driving his way forward. Harry Byrne, good tackle on him by the captain of Argentina, though, drawing past here. Tyke Byrne, he wants itself a try. Oh, Pablo Matera having a bit of a slap with someone there by the looks of it. Getting fired up. Craig Casey now only 8 minutes left in this one. Once again, another strong carry. Craig Casey goes back, goes himself 4 meters short there for that man who wants it. They've got the advantage, and it is going to be Maoni, who is getting extremely close to the line. Going back there, Tyke Byrne, inches from the line now once again. For Argentina, they are going to have to defend with their lives. They might end up with another man in the bin. They could be playing with 13. That's over the line, and it's the try to Ireland once again. We have got there where you're from as well, says Phil Bradshaw. Is that to me, Phil, or do let me know? But I am from the South Island of New Zealand, if it is to myself, and that one is going to be the try. This time, Kian Ely has been able to get it. Silent H, soft O as well. So it's Omaoni. I'll just say it very, very, very fast. Omaoni. Hopefully that sounds like I'm saying it the correct way. But that's a name that seems to be stumping me big time. Omaoni. It's a good run there from Cianelli. Big power around the side of the breakdown. And in the 72nd minute, this is starting to look like a similar score that Ireland were able to get over Japan in recent weeks. And now it will be Joey Carberry. He's been kicking very well throughout today. He will be able to continue it into the later stages of this one. Strikes it nicely, strikes it down the middle. And now the score is going to be 48 points to Ireland and 7 to Argentina. So they were able to win over Japan 60 points to 5. They've still got time. If they score 2 more tries here, they might be able to top that. So we will have to wait and see whether or not that will be the case. But the scoreboard is a little bit slow updating itself by the looks of that. And Blocky is kids as well. And hey, from Ellie Hills as well, welcome in to the live stream. It's great to see you here at 5 a.m. in New Zealand. Also, Hamish, I think most of these members have finished their shift at the call centre as well. There's David Devon. And also, we have got there. I live rent free on the Kiwi Lads. On me. Says Phil. That's interesting. I think, well, it depends, because I feel like I would be able to feel you if you were on me, possibly, and not really too much feeling going on. And also, we have the Northern Hemisphere teams won't be ready for next year, playing our Southern Hemisphere boys when we're fresh as well. It's going to be a clean sweep from the Southern Hemisphere, says LB. And now at this stage for Kundal Bosch, making his way out onto the field. And that is going to be replacing the captain, William Montoya, who won't be closing out this game. And also, we have got there, I think it's someone who is angry. Who weren't selected for the mob position, so they are continuing their petty revenge. And yeah, if that is the case, I know exactly who it would be. to be fair, because I know that one person did complain about not being a mod. That's going to be now a penalty to Ireland, and they will be kicking this one for the corner once again, unless Craig Casey, he looks like he wants the ball right now and trying to keep this one going forward. O'Mahony as well, says Maurice there. Oh, Craig Casey looks like he's hurt his back. That does not look good. He might have gotten a bit of a stinger on the spine, and seriously as well, says Assassin there in the chat. Holding on is the call against one of the Argentine players, and Craig Casey looking like he is going to be down for a little bit. No, he has been able to get back to his feet. It looks like he's relatively in a lot of pain, though. 75 minutes gone in this game at this stage. Hope you're right, bro, as well. But not so sure. I'm back in South Africa to go back to back in the World Cups, and Katie chop him off as well, says Jay there in the chat. And so we've got the no, you have almost 4 different spammers. I would know as well, says Phil Bradshaw. So I know at least one of them. So Phil, I keep on calling you Finn. Oh, sorry, Phil. So if there's 4 of you, you won't mind me knowing one of your names then. Just let me know so that I don't call you by the name that you have got, since it is someone else's name as well. But now it is going to be Sheehan with an important throw here. Throws it in, and it's taken nicely there by Tyke Byrne. Pushing his way forward. Starting to get that momentum going for Ireland. Sheehan, he has already been able to pick up 1 try. It looks like he's about to get a second. Ireland still going forward. Who's got the ball? It's going back. Craig Casey now. Oh, he's just been crushed. Near the touchline, Tyke Byrne backing himself. Is he over? Yes, he is. And it's another try for Ireland. Tell you what, they're doing well in this game. They have started to really pour it on in the last 5 minutes or so. And because of it, it is another try. And it's Tyke Byrne who was able to score it there in the end. And put in a shift throughout this whole match so far. And he has now been rewarded with a try of his own. Tyke Byrne scoring in the 75th minute. There's still time. They are trying to beat that record that they had up against Japan, and they are still going at this stage. Also, we have got there in the chat just called people went and recruited the Pro Army to Hemisphere as well. And also we have got there as a Phil is here rent free on Kiwi Lads. Is that like Kiwi escorts as well, says Phil? And also we have got there, as I said, I've been saying since the last World Cup that France are favourites for 2023. And also we have got there, hi mate, says Johan, welcome in as well. And also we have got there, but that might be just me doing some speculation there as well, says Katie. And also we have got there, France are unbelievable in depth and sheer Frenchness as well. But I'm still back and singing in the boys, especially after this week, says Mike. And also we have got their House of Cricket, says Jay. At this stage, the Kiwis, they are sitting. I will get you that information for you. One moment. We will see exactly what it is, but that one has gone. Oh, no, it hasn't. It missed for him, unfortunately. 53.25. Wasn't quite able to get it over. I will quickly go on and see exactly. Black Cats are 37 for 3 after 6 overs. Struggling Martin Guptill is the hope. Can they do it? As I says, coding. It's not the best odds for them, unfortunately. And that means that my money is probably the 70 cents that I was going to put on them might be safe just for now, because I did put it on. Also, Jay hates, stop with the weird messages. Or, hey, stop with the weird messages. You're not fooling anyone. It's just creepy how you keep wanting a reaction out of me. I don't care, bro. It's just dumb banter. This is a narcissist. It seems like there's a bit of something going on there, but now it is going to be a good run forward for the number 20. Still looking for one more try here, Ireland, and they might have a decent chance of it being able to do so. Save that 70 cents, mate, as well, says Jay. Yeah, it is looking not too good for them at the moment, being 3 down after 6 overs as well. They're really going to have to ramp up the run rate for them to be able to get any chance of winning that game. It is going to be fired back once again. Craig Casey passes it across field. Sheehan with the carry, and now it's a penalty to Argentina. It looks like Cian Healy. Cian Healy. Tell you what, where's the shock pen? It's Cian, not Cian. There we go. That didn't feel nice. My Doppel deleted his messages as well there in the chat, but Cian Healy, he's not looking too flash at the moment. May have taken a head knock or something. But yeah, anyone who was wondering, that is a shock pen. I didn't just randomly grab a pen and do it as well. What about as well, says Phil. And also we have got their doppelgangers everywhere, and Zap in the chat from Katie Dixon there. And also, do you think it's time to bring in Scott Robertson, Kiwi Lads, says an assist? It's a good question, because I know that it is a question on a lot of people's mind, but I'm not sure whether or not they will do it, because they have locked in his contract till a little bit later. But Andrew Porter looking like he's going to be coming back out onto the field. You pronounce Kian, not got it now as well, says Kian there. Oh, your name's Kian as well. Irish name. I just realized, I just clicked. Then I was like, hang on. I've been saying your name wrong. Yeah, I've been saying your name wrong too. Yeah, that's nice. The Adventures are confirming Bonfire and Zap as well, says Katie Dixon. But yeah, Cian Healy making his way back to his feet. He's going to be surviving for the last 2 minutes of this game by the looks of it. This game is long long from being over, I would say. We've still got one more attack in the Irish side, maybe, and Phil has got the laughing emoji there. And at the chat as well, Katie, you should date Kiwi lads. You make a cute couple as well. Says an narcissist there. Fukando, he's now firing it. Oh, it's going to be drop ball, and now Ireland are going to get this one back once again now. And Balakooni's got plenty of pace. He's got the man with him as well. Carberry not able to link up. Still going to be available. Oh, Gary Ringrose almost having an awkward fall. And when Bosch was able to tackle him, Sheehan there wrestled down to the ground. And they are still recycling the ball very quickly, Ireland. Anytime it's gone to the breakdown, Caelan Doris now trying to make its way forward once again here for the Irish. Craig Casey passes it back. One more attacking move. If they get a try and convert it, it's going to be 60. Balakoon got it down on the wing. It's been relatively quiet, and no, in reality, is the Northern teams have peaked now, and no real damage has been done to the Southern teams. We'll be hitting our strides over the next 2 years. They've decided to take it quickly here, Argentina. Another 45 seconds left in this one. Wide cut out pass there. I'm only able to make the tackle there, and now it's going out the back line. Argentina trying to find one more try in this game. They got one in the first half. Can they do the same in the later stages? And that is one thing I heavily respect about Argentina, is they never stop fighting until after the final whistle blows. Nicolas Sanchez, little grub remind, is going to be sitting up nicely, taken. Oh, he's kept it in the field of play, and it's gone out there with 20 seconds left. And also we have got there on the chat, hey, y'all, as well. So Smithy thought that welcome in to the live stream, and also wants a doppelganger. Be my, oh, geez. So says Jay, and also we have got there a lot of people in my community in South Africa have the name Kian as well, and also, you're sweet, but I'm old enough to be their mothers, kind of, as well, says Katie Dixon. And also, epic score from the Irish. The spirit is there as well, and France and Australia as well will be the favourites for the next World Cup. And also, hey, brother, how you do? To Smithy Toilet. It's currently very early in the morning, and the fake Smithy or the fake Mike would spam as well. Also, we have there France won't even win Six Nations, bro, as well, says Brady there. And also, when was the last time the Southern Hemisphere got all games against Europe teams in the same day/day? It was a long time. I believe someone mentioned that it was about 20 years or so. Just checking that one. It's come off the hand of James Lowe and fake Smithy as well. And Hamish, please put that lightning stick away. So, oh, gee. As well, says David, yeah, I think the thing is, me and George bought it in Timaru, and I'm going to hide it because it is very dangerous indeed. Like, it's a weird feeling. It's not painful. It's just weird. Like, your body isn't made to shock, or like isn't made for, like, it's like how George, he can't actually hold it. And that is due to his kind of thing of touching electric fences while he was on the farm. Like, he didn't have a thing for it. That sounded like I said he had a thing for it, but he pretty much from trauma of touching an electric fence. But yeah, pretty much, I think after today, I'm going to put it in the bin so that it is nowhere to be seen. But now at this stage, it is going to be around the side once again. Still available here for Argentina. Can they get themselves one more try for Candoiza? Fires it back now to Pablo Matera. Still 10 meters out here for Argentina, and they might be able to get themselves just the one more. The Guinness is settling as well, says Barry Flynn. Tell you what, there will be plenty of drinks consumed after this victory if they can keep the Argentines out for one more. Matthias Moroni steps back on the inside, still getting closer and closer. They've got the advantage as well. See, we're up to 81 minutes, and Argentina, they will not stop going until they either cross the line or their legs give out. Tyke Byrne tries to get it, not quite able to, loses a footing. Beautiful pass from Bertrano. Great run around from, it was the man in the number 6 jersey, but now running hard at the line. Lucio Cinti offload there, close to the touchline. Keeping it in, but it's going back for the penalty. Argentina for the W as well, and you need to zap yourself again so I can show Mitchell as well, says Elio. I'm not too keen on that idea. And also ready for the comeback as well. Come on, Mahoney. They lost Santos, and they are going back. Once again, we have got there now, bro, France to win the Grand Slam. Oh, they've taken it quickly, but it is going to be going back. Once again, Argentina put way too many people into the rucks when they don't need to as well. And also, we have got there the next Dan Carter is Romain Interback and Richie McCaw into Pont as well. Best generation, or next best generation of players like England and Martin Johnson, says Anastas. Yeah, Dupont has got a bright future. So does Intermac. He's going to be one to watch out for. And hit that like button, subscribe, and click on the bell. It's free. And I'll tell you what, spammers are really doing their homework these days. Smithy with a dark brown avatar is real. But the Weasel knew that as well, and I come on as well. Says Ellie, maybe later we will consider bringing out the shock bear once again. But anyone who is curious about the score in the cricket, New Zealand struggling just a little bit. They're taking the quick tap here for Bosch. He's just going to throw himself at the line of Ireland. And that is one thing. Like I mentioned, Argentina, they scored their first try up against the Springboks in the 86th minute of their game. And they are going to try and keep on going. It's going to become a rolling maul. Tries to put the ball down. I think it's held up, is it? Held up. And that's going to be the end of the game. The end score, 53 points to Ireland. and 7 to Argentina. They finish it on a high here for the Irish, and they have done extremely well in that regard. They put the fists in the air. They've worked hard for this series, and they have gone 3 from 3 alongside, I believe, France and England, both doing the Grand Slam as well. Any live stream Xbox gaming this week, 100% keen. Farming Simulator 22 coming out very soon, David. So we will be doing a bit of that, and also probably Far Cry 6, trying to get that back up and running. Now that my Xbox, I have finally finished downloading those games. Like my Wi-Fi, as you guys know, it's not the best, so it took about 3 days to download one game that was around 80 gigabytes, but it's there now, and which future proves he's been in this chat for a long, long time, or further proves, sorry, that he's been in the chat for a long, long time, says Katie Dixon there, and GG as well, and New Zealand Aura has finished as us as an narcissist there in France. They have some, the same old France flair and inconsistency as well, says already, and also we've got there Play the Witcher 3, says a narcissist. I am kind of keen on doing a few more live streams of me, like doing some Let's Plays, because I have so many games on that Xbox that I have never played, and The Witcher is one of them. I've also got a couple of Assassin's Creed games and Fallout 4, says a narcissist there, and also we have got there, but you know, the worst part about it, he's making it really obviously obvious that he's obsessed with Hamish. Sebastian, don't joke as well, says Katie Dixon there, and thanks again for the stream. One of these days, YouTube will help let me tip you from this location as well, says Mike. I do appreciate all the support. Even your like on the video is a tip enough, mate. And thanks for the commentary, man, as well, says Assassin, no worries, mate. And Argentina need to get start getting sanctioned flying dirty here. There are a lot of penalties that go against them, and there's a reason for that, and that is because they keep on giving away them. They end up with the red cards, the yellow cards, pretty much every single game. And JSZ cheers there as well. And also, what a dirty team when they lose. And also, Hell's Blade and Argentina started off well, but it became lopsided pretty quickly. Good game though as well. And I usually kick back and drink bourbons and laugh my head off as well, says David Doe. So perhaps we'll have to get one of those live streams up and running. Farming is an interesting one with me and George. And thank you so for the spam as well, says Polad. Wait, sorry for the spam. Are you one of the spammers, Polad? Do let me know. But I guess it's weird hearing an apology from a spammer if it is a spammer. We always got there, they're going to end some players' careers as well, says Reddy. Yeah, the way that they play, like, it's just too aggressive and heat of the moment style sometimes. And on your Hamish as well, says chalk up some purpose. I like to troll the Muppets as well. And we have got there the bourbon and bacon there from Katie Dixon. That is a combo and a half. Who's crazy? Or Katie, who's crazy over Hamish as well, says an narcissist, and the fake Mike with spam as well. Wait, but you are, yeah, okay. I mean, I guess I'll accept the apology. What is a Muppet as well? Pretty much, I guess. Oh, what's a good description of a Muppet? I guess it's just someone who's, what's a way of putting it? Someone who's like just not cool, I guess. Please join Kiwi Lads, $5 a month as well, says David there for the membership. We have also got there Pollard as a Muppet as well, and as a Muppet, a Fraggle? What's a Fraggle? Not too sure. We always got there in the chat. Hamish, before you leave, could you give the backstory of the Rugby World Cup 2011 game on the gaming channel? I'm asking because I really enjoyed it as well, says Sebastian. So pretty much the backstory of that is that we played that game on the Xbox 360, and we decided, tell you what, that intro was an interesting one because I took about 50, or I took about, 50 is an exaggeration. I tried to do an intro about 10 times and didn't get it right. And then George was like, I'm going to use the one that makes you look the worst and have that as the one that we do. Give it a team of us. So someone who got awarded the man of the match, I believe it was Joey Carberry. But yeah, so he decided that intro was the best one to go with. But yeah, pretty much we're hoping to do a whole World Cup on that. So we will have to see whether or not that does go all right. But we've also got a first impressions one. I believe that was actually first impressions. We got us playing New Zealand and Australia. And then also we have got the game that is going to be taking place on the main channel. And that is going to be France versus Ireland coming up as well. And also we have got there on the chat, what's the greatest TV kids show as well for Fraggle Rock as well. And also we have got there in the chat Fraggle's Muppet progeny as well. And also we have got the, like a freckled face. I'll tell you what, this is hard to say at this stage. And to be honest, when I think of a Muppet, I think of Kermit the Frog, Kiwi Lads as well. And it's time to start the music. It's time to light the lights. It's time to meet some Muppets on the Kiwi Lads Muppet Show as well tonight, says it Jay. And also we have got there Fraggle Rock is the best, or was the best. I haven't actually seen it, so maybe I have to check it out. Possibly. I loved Madam Trash Heap as well. She helped carve me into the nutcase I am today. And guys, it's literally only 5 weeks till Christmas. That is scary that we are that close to the end of the year already. Like last time I thought about where we were in the year, it was like July. And now that was like 4 or 5 months ago. And we're already here. near Christmas. So that means that we're coming into the cricket season. So on this main channel, you can expect to see still some rugby. We're going to be doing the URC Gallagher Premiership, Top 14, Super Rugby when it comes around, but also the Top League will be coming on the channel. Any other international fixtures, including next week, Manu Samoa taking on the Barbarians. And then we have also got ourselves our sevens that we will be doing. I love Fraggle Rocks growing up as well. Says it was David. But yeah, pretty much anyone who is keen on a rugby podcast as well. We have got the Rugby Down Under podcast. We will be talking all things international rugby, including this result for Ireland. And also we have got there, so depressing as well, says Roadrunner and Count Dracula, therefore, and also Hamish showing his age. Doesn't know what a Fraggle is, as well, says John. Yeah, I feel like I'm trying to think of what the oldest show that I've watched. It's probably actually SpongeBob SquarePants, to be honest, because that's been around for a long time, hasn't it? And also, plus that intro song, Fraggle Rock intro song, it's a bop yo as well. I might have to check it out straight after this one. Old TV shows. I can't think of too many that I have watched. Tell you what, speaking of, no, I can't do that to him. I was going to say, speaking of old there, Johnny Sexton's on the sideline, but I can't do that. That would be too harsh to him. He has very good rugby ability, old Johnny Sexton. I just realized I said old Johnny Sexton as in like, you say like thinking back. Like when you say like I'll be like, oh, a good old Ty Furlong and whatnot, like that kind of thing. And we should have a Kiwi Lads Christmas special in mid-December as well, says David. We have actually got something planned here, and it is going to be end of the year. Myself, Isaac, George, and Daniel are all going to have like a 2-hour chat on similar to a podcast, but pretty much just a chilled out chat for 2 hours and going to upload it. And pretty much it's just a summary of what we've done this year, what's coming next year, and what we're kind of like going forward as well. Skippy the Bush Kangaroo was my favorite, even though I'm as an American kid as well. And cheers for the stream, Irish. Cheers all for tuning in. Big love to you all. And also, who is the worst spammer? You have seen Kiwi Lads as well. Says a narcissist. It's not so much of the worst spammer, because I'd say like the spammers, yes, they are like there quite a bit, but it's also like the ones who go like not the spammers, but other people we have had to block like for worse things type thing. And oh my God, that sucked as well, says Reddy. And also we have got there, Bosco was a good show, says Reddy Pete there. And YouTube Bosco. I'm going to have a look. At this one. But oops, I just broke my keyboard almost. So anyone who is tuning in now, a lot of tries being scored in this game for the Irish side in the end. Argentina just getting the one, and that was in the 3rd minute. I watched the Monkeys and Mr. Ed as a kid. Bosco. The first one that comes up is Bosco Wong. Is it Bosco Wong? Also Bosco Drag Queen. Bosco Show. TV show. There we go. And Groff Bags was another fascinating kid show as well. And what happened to the suit, says Barbara. I decided for this one, since it is just a one-off, that we are going to be just in the normal clothes for this one as well. And cool, as long as it doesn't involve the lighting stick as well. Oh, lightning stick, says David there. And the chat, and also, the lightning stick, it is well and truly going to be gone. Like, I've got it in my hand at the moment because I like holding pens. The worst thing is, it's the only pen I've got that actually works. So I will have to replace that one. And Bosco was creeping. Creepy got kidnapped as well and do an Xmas special live. Hamish as well, says David Doe. We could actually do some sort of live stream as well, perhaps, alongside it. And yeah, we could see how it goes. But anything else that you guys do want to see as like a kind of end of year special / now that the rugby season is over, we're going to have a little bit more time for the gaming channel and also for all these other sports that you guys are keen to see. So if you have any ideas, I'll tell you what, we'll put them in the chat now if you've got any right on the top of your head. But also we've got our Kiwi Lads Discord if you do want to give us any ideas that you would like to see us do. It was a fun time, says Assassin. And also, I wish I was a kid again for a week, says Reddy. Yeah, being a kid was so easy. Like at the time, it seemed like it was tough. Like, I guess because you had to go to school. But like when you think about it, like I feel like I would like if I was a kid again, I would like to go back to school. I had to clarify at the start if I was a kid again, or else then that's like a restraining order. But we have got there. Cheers, all I'm out. Thanks for the stream. And at the last as well, says Jay and you too, Katie, and the chat from Sebastian, and also Space goes coast to coast as well. Space goes coast to coast. I remember that like way back at primary school. That sounds like way back at primary school, but also Fraggle Rock as well. We'll have a look at that one as well. I'm going to end up probably spending the rest of the night just watching children's TV shows. That looks like, was it like the Muppets before the Muppets type thing? And it's got their Power Rangers is still going. My missus was extra, wasn't extra. They shoot in Auckland as well. says Phil. So that is pretty awesome. And Space Ghost as well is another one. And also we have got there Ogros in the chat from Anastasis there. And also, yeah, Frago Rock every Saturday morning as well. And well played, unbeaten 50 by Martin Guptill for the Black Caps chase. They are sitting on 68 for 2 after 10 over. So they're going to have to keep on pushing there. If they do want any chance of being able to win that game, they are still well and truly the underdogs. But if they can keep on going, maybe they can get themselves a win there. Captain Caveman as well, the secret handshake, says Katie Dixon. So there are a whole heap of old shows that I haven't watched, but who knows, maybe I will get to watch them in the future. Few tries scored by Ireland, who is, for anyone who is just tuning in, there were quite a few of them in this match, including the early try for Argentina. But from there, it was all Ireland, and a couple yellow cards and a red card as well for Argentina did not help them out too much. A couple big results, though, for this weekend. Georgia, 15-all draw up against Fiji, and also we have got there in the chat England and also South Africa. They were able to get the win by 1 point. Tonga and Romania, that was a good one. Watch Samurai Jack, Dragon Ball Z, Spawn Lady Death as well, and all the thirsty somethings from the States know about Space Ghost as well. And also we've got the heck I still watch Sailor Moon. I ain't gonna lie, sorry, says Katie Dixon. That's the thing, like, if I could find where to watch Scooby-Doo, I probably would. Scooby-Doo was just one of those good ones. Best parody show ever as well. And Danger Mouse, says David there. But yeah, I can't even think of what the earliest one. I guess The Simpsons is also relatively old, isn't it? And it normally predicts the future, but I guess when you have that many episodes, it probably, is bound to happen as well. Dungeons and Dragons as well, says Reddy Pass there. And also we've got there Danger Mouse in the chat from Mike. See, I feel like this is the perfect one that, on the Kiwi Lads live stream that we do, we're just going to be all able to all just have a chat about anything, really, while we do celebrate the year that the Kiwi Lads have had as well. Sailor Moon, the jam as well, says Katie Dixon. But I guess at this stage, we might be coming to the end of this live stream. Once again, I will read through the try scorers, though, for this match, Ireland versus Argentina, once they do come across. So the Ireland try scorers for this fixture, Josh Van den Fleur, he played very well, scored 2 tries, one in the 11th minute, one in the 56th. Andrew Porter, 23 minutes was when he was able to score his. Caelan Doris also able to score. Dan Sheehan, so these are all forwards at this stage. Cian Ely, Tyke Byrne were all of the try scorers. I just had the realization all of the tries scored in this game were scored by backs, for Ireland was scored by forwards, and then just the one try, the back was able to score the try for Argentina. Dragon Ball Z has been in Sailor Man as well, and Futurama is very quality show as well. And also we have there QLA's Futurama is better than other show as well. And the greatest TV show theme tune has got to be Hill Street Blues as well, says Reddy there and at the chat. But otherwise, thank you all very much for tuning in. I hope you have enjoyed the international rugby season that we have had. Like I mentioned, we've got the international sevens rugby coming back next week or this weekend. So be sure to check that out as well. But nonetheless, thank you all very much for tuning in. If you did enjoy, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Also, be sure to check out that pinned comment. The second link is for the Kiwi Lads Sport, which is going to have a few more games coming up on it as well. Live streams are real funny, especially when George is in the zone as well, says David. Yeah, I always sit on the edge of my seat because I never know what he's going to say. Yeah, I miss George as well, says Katie Dixon. But yeah, we will be able to get those up and running. Hopefully, I would say midweek. Hopefully, we will be able to go so late to the game as well, says Peter Healy there. Yeah, that's full time for this picture, 53-7. But it was a good performance from Ireland. So they close out with all wins as well. And I'm a Munster man, as well, says Peter Healy. But I would recommend the Autumn Nations YouTube channel, Autumn Nation series. Tell you what, I am going to, if you haven't seen the game, do you like watching full matches, Peter, or do you not mind highlights? Do let me know, because I am quickly going to get you the Autumn Nations YouTube channel so that you can see the highlights of this game as well. We'll go like this, and we will go like this as well. And this, and this. And cheers later as well. No worries, mate. And there we go. Oops, no, I put that in the wrong one. There we go. That is the link to the Autumn Nation series YouTube channel, where you'll be able to see pretty much any of the games that have been taking place. Other than, oh no, they have got the All Blacks. Maybe have they got the All Blacks game from yesterday? I don't believe they do. And yeah, legend, thank you as well, says Peter. No worries, mate. They will be up. I see that they did France versus New Zealand 17 hours ago. So I'd say give it maybe an hour or two, and they will be up on there. And you will be able to see it. Kiwis rule off the pitch, of course, as well, says Peter Ely. And yeah, tell you what, fair play for Ireland in that game up against the All Blacks. It was a very awesome performance. That's the thing. As a Kiwi watching that game, I couldn't help but just keep on smiling, because it was just such a great performance from Ireland. And if you don't bring in Scott Robertson, you can forget the next World Cup as well, and possibly the one after that as well, says Stephen as well. And also Goonies Never Say Die. And also I'm off to watch the Goonies, says it was there from Reddy. And also we have got there full of Poss as well. And also we have got there for the Munster man. I would say overall, Peter, I will ask you the question, are Munster going to win the URC? Because they're doing pretty decently at the moment. They'll be right up there. I believe they will make it through to either semi-final or final. The rugby is oozing from your pause boy as well. I'm supposed to be elsewhere as well. And a nope as well in the chat. Says Peter there. And also we have got there, Katie, I am a duck as well. But yeah, at this stage we are sitting at 5:24 a.m. here in New Zealand. But didn't want to miss that game between Ireland and also, yeah, that match up against Argentina. It was a good game. But yeah, they will be up on the Autumn Nation Series YouTube channel. So anyone who hasn't checked that out, I feel like I should give them a special shout out as they are uploading those highlights. We just do the commentary, but they actually do show the highlights of it. Leinster will win the URC as well, says Brian. I feel like that's a very decent shout as well. Do you think Leinster, Munster in the final? No, Munster can't hang with Leinster as well, says Reddy there. And Munster have Dialende, who is in great form as well, says Maurice. And cheers, Hamish, says David, unless Paul O'Connell returns as well, says Peter Hardy. Yeah, or sorry, Peter Healy. But yeah, I'm excited for the URC. It's coming back next week. We are actually going to be covering those games for the live commentary on the channel as well. I do see Martin Gup to win out on the cricket. That's unfortunate for the Black Cats. More than likely, they will be losing that game, unfortunately, up against India. But nonetheless, thank you very much for all tuning in. If you did enjoy, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Once again, I will put that link to the Autumn Nation Series YouTube channel so you guys can check out the highlights of this game and also all the other games that we have seen. England versus South Africa, Italy versus Uruguay, Wales versus Australia, Scotland versus Japan. The likes of all of those games are over there. And nonetheless, thank you all very much for tuning in, and I will see you all for the next one.